Doing the throws for the end zone. Touchdown. Parker. Ripped off. By Xavier Howard. Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown.
That's hard work.
What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? Back for another one. It's your boy Reason, and I'm joined tonight by Jeremy Klump. Jeremy, how you feeling today after that little?
It feels like it's a victory lap, but we'll see. We'll see what the pro day says. But it felt good. It felt good to see Kyle Pitts prove me right. Again, I don't know why anyone thinks I'm wrong. I'm always right, except about Isaiah Wilson, which we should probably touch on a little. But yeah, it feels good. I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me on. I always love coming on here and talking ball with you, man.
No problem, bro. Was it a victory 40 you did today, or was it a victory lap?
You know what, man? I missed an opportunity. I should have chugged a 40 on stream right now
and then ran a 40.
And then ran a 40. I don't think I could run a fast 40 anymore, but I could probably run like a 5.5 flat right now. My fat ass could get going for a 5.5 for sure.
Attaboy, bro. Momentum just take you the full way.
Yeah, I'll run about 60, not 40. I'll give you a good 60 yards. I probably won't be able to slow down no more, but yeah.
Oh my god. All right, so let's hop into it right away because I know you want to talk about it. So obviously today, Kyle Pitts went out, and we're going to show you two angles. So Kyle Pitts had himself a little bit of a day. He basically ran a 4.46. So we'll show you guys right here. Here comes the flash.
That's a 6'6", 250-pound man right there.
Like, good God almighty, bro. This guy is like a freak, dude.
He's a freak.
Like, he is like this guy's uber. I said it today. Like, guy's uber special, man. We said if at least I did. If he runs a mid 4.4, then like you run that up to the podium. There he is.
I saw a lot of people going, he doesn't even look like he's moving fast. You got to remember, man, he's a strider. Look at his legs, man. He's striding. Look at the yardage he's picking up with his feet, man. He's fast. He's good. He does it all. And for all the people that say he can't block, he can block. Trust me. Watch the Georgia game. He played well.
Man.
Beautiful.
So let me ask you, bro. Is it and just here I'll show this for everyone for context purposes. Is it basically Pitts or nothing for you at 3 right now?
Yeah, I really think it is. I think there's so many right tackles that you can get that obviously aren't on the same level as Sewell, but I just don't. I've said it a million times, and that's why everyone was like, "How you're an idiot? He's not the number one player." I got to be honest. He is the number one player. Trevor Lawerence is good. He's great. He's probably going to be great. But there's quarterbacks that come out into the draft like Trevor Lawerence every year. There really is. I don't care what you say. Trevor Lawerence is special, but he's not. I mean, even Andrew. My favorite argument too is, Andrew Luck. But Andrew Luck even could flop too. Like, you're talking quarterbacks. This is a special player. I've never seen a tight end like him. I will always go back to this story, and my wife will laugh. We talk about it all the time. The first Florida game of this year, she's like, "Oh, how's Florida going to be this year?" I said, "I don't even really care, but I promise you got to watch Pitts. He is going to be insane. He will be a top 10 pick this year." And I think he scored 3 touchdowns in the first game of the season. Everything he does is so crisp. It's so clean. Like, you wouldn't even know. I hate the people that say he's not a tight end, he's a wide receiver. Do you know how big of a compliment that is for a tight end? Like, he's a tight end. I don't care what you think. He will put his hand in the dirt in the NFL. Like, he will line up in line at tight end, and you think he's a wide receiver. I mean, that speaks volumes to how good he is.
And what's crazy is that 10-yard split of 1.5, bro. Henry Ruggs, Jalen Reagor, and Jonathan Taylor had 1.48 at last year's combine.
It's insane.
Okay.
Man.
Like, that's ridiculous.
He's a freak of nature. And I always say this, too. He's only 20 years old. Everyone forgets that, too. He's a kid. This guy's a kid. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I have to ask you this too, because a lot of the people are trying to push back on the Gesicki thing. Well, last I checked, Jeremy, aren't we in the top 5 of NFL teams that run
number
12-man
5.
personnel?
Yep, top 5. And Flores is cut from the cloth of Bill Belichick, and the Patriots were the worst team in 12 personnel this year. They ran the least amount of 12 personnel, and what they go and do in free agency? They added 2 tight ends so that they can get back to 12 personnel because Bill Belichick sat down and he said, damn it, my 12 personnel, my favorite formation, the most elite formation, in my opinion, if you have a pass catcher at tight end, I think is the most elite formation, which if you look back, the past 3 Super Bowl winners have been top 5 in 12 personnel. Because if you can line up in 12 personnel with Mike Gesicki and Kyle Pitts, if you bring linebackers on the field, good luck. They're never covering those 2 guys. And if you want to put sub package on, you want to put dime and nickel defenders in, they're going to run the ball down your damn throat.
Yeah.
They're going to run down your throat. It is the hardest offensive formation to cover if you have elite players for it. So all the people pushing back saying it doesn't make sense, trust me, the Miami Dolphins' interest in Kyle Pitts, it's 100% real. I think, was it Barry Jackson? That's his name, right? From the Herald.
Yeah.
He released an article today.
I saw it. I thought of you, bro.
Now, I got a little excited because he's plugged. I think he's plugged. I think he knows his stuff.
What did it say? Because it was behind a paywall and I didn't bother going. Because my whole trick with Barry Jackson.
That's weird.
Oh, no. So I am. So what happens is I bring it up on my computer and I hit the stop page loading right before we can set in, and then I can read it for free, bro.
I love it.
So what did he say? I did see the article, though. What did he say?
He pretty much just talked up that it actually makes a lot of sense for the Dolphins to get Pitts now, and maybe it's not as crazy as everyone thinks. And I wrote this in my mock draft today. Mike Gesicki and Kyle Pitts is a great combination. I think that they should stick with them. Disgusting. But now Mike Gesicki is a free agent next year, which everyone's focusing on, and they're saying, oh, that's so great, then they'll have Pitts. No, Mike Gesicki is a free agent. The Miami Dolphins can use their franchise tag on Mike Gesicki, pay him around $9 million, which would be around $4 to $5 million less than these other guys are getting at the elite tight end position. You keep your core at your 12 personnel. It makes a ton of sense. And then if they don't decide to franchise tag him, they do let him walk, then you have Kyle Pitts, who is 10 million times better than Mike Gesicki. Anyone that thinks he's not better than Mike Gesicki, stop watching football. I'll help you out. Go watch golf or something, because trust me, they are not even comparable. And I love Mike Gesicki. Reason knows this. I love Gesicki. I'm a Penn State fan at heart because I'm in PA, but I'm a Gators fan. But I love watching Penn State football. Gesicki's good. Trust me, he's good. He is nowhere near the level of Kyle Pitts. There's a reason Daniel Jeremiah said that he pulled those NFL execs, and they said the most likely to be a Hall of Famer is Kyle Pitts, because he is so incredible. It's unreal. He really is. He's incredible. He's an incredible player. And that's not a Gators fan homer thing. People say that too. I guess the NFL people that said that, they all must be Florida fans then. Like, no, come on. This guy is for real. He really is for real.
And, another little thing here too is we talked about the Gronk Hernandez situation where Hernandez was drafted after Gronk, right? Where did Hernandez go to school again? Remind me.
That's weird. I think, was he a Florida Gator? I think he was. And trust me, he was damn good too, but Pitts is way better. Oh, and wait, who coached on that team? Didn't someone coach on that team when that all happened? Is Flores on that team when they had them?
Yeah. On the Patriots? Yeah.
And the success. And I love that too. Everyone's like, the whole wide receiver situation. Then, you need a wide receiver. Who was their number 1 wide receiver for the Patriots that year? Do you know by any chance? Slot receiver.
I don't remember.
Wes Welker was the number 1 receiver.
A former Dolphin.
Wes Welker was their number 1 receiver. So trust me, if you have a dominant 12 personnel, you can be okay with even a slot receiver as your number 1 receiver. For people who don't understand that, that is a fact. Yeah.
And when you look at Pitts and when you look at what he offers, I mean, you talked about, if Gesicki, if they let Gesicki walk, next year is actually a pretty deep tight end class. It's deeper than what these, because really the only guys I like this year are Pitts, Freiermuth, and Tremblay from Notre Dame. And Tremblay's more of a blocker. He's got a couple drop issues and stuff like that. But next year's a far deeper, like in terms of like 1 through 5 tight end class. But obviously Pitts is like above and beyond both classes, right? So
and see, that's what I'm saying. It gives you versatility, flexibility, gives you everything you need at the position. It's like, I don't know how people don't understand the concept of 12 personnel. And if you put Gesicki and Pitts, then you have Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, and then you draft. I don't think you should do this, but imagine if they draft Najee at 18, and that's your base offense every single play. You tell me as a defensive coordinator how you even think about stopping that. You're not gonna. You're really not gonna. And if you want to help Tua the most, that's the way you do it. You get a power run game that can also pass the ball. And I mean, you can throw the ball deep. Look at how fast Pitts is. He can run deep. Trust me. He's not just like the tight end who's going to dink and dunk. Like, he can run routes and he can get down the field. And then they signed Will Fuller. I mean, imagine the play action passes. I think maybe you shared this or someone shared it. It was like Will Fuller has one of the best stats for play action passes in the NFL in the last few years. I don't know. It just makes sense. Why would the Dolphins sign Will Fuller for that? I'm getting too excited. I feel like a letdown's coming for the draft, but it's going to be fun.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so obviously it seems like they pigeonholed themselves at 18 where they're probably going to have to take Najee or a running back, just because it also, I don't know if you saw, Albright basically came out and confirmed the Bills are basically in on a running back if anyone falls in their lap here. Obviously Albright also mentioned that because when he was on the show, he kept talking about how everyone has Caleb Farley going to the Denver Broncos. He's like, no, I think they'd be more interested in a trade back, and a guy they really like is Najee Harris. You got Arizona. Are we really going to believe they're going to go in with Chase Edmonds as their number one? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Do you think they've kind of pigeonholed themselves at 18?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I don't think they still – I would rather them not do it. I really like – I said this on the show before. I hate when you trap yourself in the draft and, like, you have to draft way – like, I agree that if he's an all-pro running back, it's obviously we're never going to talk about it. But, like, you're talking about taking a running back at 18 when there's going to be some dudes there. I mean, we're going to be – Najee Harris is a dude. I'm not saying he's not a dude. But you're talking about, like, 5 to 10 year players, like running backs. All these Dolphins fans, they want the running back at 18, but then they're telling me, oh, I'm an idiot that why would you give a running back a second contract? Well, why would you draft one in the first round then if you don't want to give him a second contract? Like, it's not the best way to build a team, but if they do it, I wrote about it today. I'm gonna understand it. Like they're stuck. They are like they pigeonholed themselves, like you said, and it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, but it's not going to be how I wish they built the team, in my opinion. I'd rather them go, I put Gainwell at 50. I'd rather them wait and go Gainwell at 50, or even, I don't think Devonta will make it there, but even 36, try to wait and see who's there. But we'll see.
First of all, shout out to Tilly for the $4.99 donation, and shout out to Richard for the $4.99 donation. He says, loving the content, reason, keep killing it, dude. Appreciate it, man. All right, speaking of the draft and Ben Albright, Ben Albright had real something to say, and he also said this on the show. Miami is one of those teams that is willing to take their guy, even if the consensus is they could get him later. See Austin Jackson for for reference to that. So he says, not so sure they trade out of 3. What are your thoughts on them possibly not even being interested in trading back, brother?
Yeah, I saw him say that on your show, actually. I mentioned it to you, I think, off stream, but I like the idea. Honestly, I'm okay with it. If they're going Kyle Pitts at 3 or they're going Sewell, how do we say it? Penei Sewell. I always mess it up. Yeah. Sewell. I'm going to get it down. Yeah. If they go Sewell at 3 and Pitts at 3, I'm okay with it. Like, I don't think you need to trade down. I understand the idea of it. Get more picks. Hope those picks are great. But sometimes when you want a guy so bad and you know he's going to be a potential Hall of Fame player, you don't know what those other picks are going to be. It always sounds good to get more picks. Like, obviously, if you could keep getting picks every year, it makes sense. Why not keep doing it? You need to hit on those picks, though. Like, and the deeper those picks go down to, like, if you say you trade with a team like Carolina, they trade up, they get a quarterback. Their roster's not too bad. They got the running game. They got the receivers. Imagine if they win, even if they win 8 or 9 games. That first-round pick's going to be, what, 16, 17? Is it really worth it in my eyes? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. If you're sold on someone being an all-pro player, just take them at 3. I'm so on board. I will be on board. The Kyle Pitts train at 3 is like, it's just stay there, take him at 3. I really think they should. Devontae Smith would be questionable. I know that's one we'll probably talk about tonight, but hey, if they think he's going to be as good as I think he is, take him too. It makes sense to me. Adding picks that you don't know what they'll be is guessing. It's just guessing. It sounds great, but it's guessing.
Mm-hmm. Agreed, man. And like you said, a big point. You don't know who's going to be picking up until that time, or sorry, you don't know what teams are going to be picking up until that point where you come back on the clock. So it is risky, right? Like you got to be comfortable that you're not going to miss out on your guy, and that's really hard to project. We got 366 in the room. Go ahead, smash that like button. All right, so with the Alabama Pro Day, talking about Devonta Smith, he basically came out today and he said he's only going to weigh in. He said that he won't be participating. He won't be participating in any of the drills, so we won't be seeing a 40 time. Najee Harris and Waddle also won't be participating, but they've kind of cited injuries more. So he went on because he was asked today in the Zoom about his weight, and he said that he currently weighs 170 pounds right now as it is. Now I'm leading somewhere with this. Okay, so then we go to Chad Johnson. All right, Chad Johnson has continuously gone to bat for this kid today. Well, not today, in recent weeks. And, someone said Devonta Smith weighs 170 pounds. And he said, I played at 170 and he's better than I was in college. Jeremy, are people, because here's the thing. Yeah, he's a $170, but he's never been hurt. He's never battled injuries. Now, are you worried about him dealing with press at the next level, his release? Like, are you worried him getting jammed up at 170? Or do you think you make him the motion man and you help him off the line with his release more often than not? Like, where do you sit with him? Do you think people are making too big of a big deal? Because, Chad's saying this, Isaac Bruce played at 173 and didn't bulk up to the 180s till like the early mid 2000s. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on, and Deshaun, your boy Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah, Deshaun's a great one.
He had a 1,000-yard season at like 175 pounds, 170 pounds.
I think he was even under that, honestly. I think he played at like 165 or something. I saw crazy like that.
Okay, so what's your thought on process on this whole 170? Are people just nitpicking?
Yeah, first off, shout out to Mike K. That's my guy from Philly Media that Chad Johnson quote tweeted there. One of the best Eagles writers you can read. That's my guy. But yeah, I think it's nitpicking. I think that's one thing that always happens when these guys are so elite. Like even Kyle Pitts, everyone wants to nitpick something about him. Like Devonta Smith, everyone's going to say, oh, he's so small. Okay, he's so small. Now show me where that's a problem when he plays. Show me. Like if you can show me plays and I say, damn, you're right. Look at that. He's small. That's why he's not succeeding. Show me them. If you could send me, if anyone watching right now could send me 10 plays of where Devonta Smith's size is the problem, I will pay you $100. That is a promise. I swear to you. I will donate it if you want me to. There's not 10 plays you can show me where Devonta Smith's size is a problem. And yes, it's college football. The NFL is a different beast, but I don't see it being an issue. The only thing I ever noticed with his size is sometimes when he gets tackled, he just gets tackled. You can tell he's 170 pounds. Like it's just, it's not that he doesn't break tackles. He makes moves and stuff. But like if someone gets a hold of him, sometimes I'm like, yeah, he's 170 pounds. Like a good linebacker is going to bring him down in space. But that's why if you get a good offensive coordinator who, like Reason just said, you can motion him around if you're worried about his press. I'm not worried about him getting pressed. I think he is so elite off the snap. He's so quick. His route running is so amazing. I'm not worried one bit about that. But even if you are worried about it, just get creative, move him around. You can do so much with a player like Devonta Smith, like Alabama did. They did so much with him to get him touches, to get him in space. It's just, I just feel we try to nitpick so much sometimes instead of just appreciating some of these prospects. And like he's one of those guys that I have him as my number 3 player. I think he is so incredible. He is just so smooth when he runs routes. The size will be what everyone tries to stick on. But again, send me the plays where the size is the issue. Send me where he runs a route and he gets absolutely dominated because he's smaller than someone. He doesn't. He's too quick. He's too fast. He's too smart. He is such a smart route runner. He knows how to set up defenders. He knows where to find the green. I'm a huge Devonta Smith fan. It's not even funny. So I hate the whole size thing. I'm so glad Chad Johnson's on his side, which it was a little weird thing. Did you see him put hashtag Dolphins? That was like,
Yeah, I know.
I was like, okay. And he said he was just talking to Coach Flo. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, you saw that a couple days ago, right?
That was definitely pretty interesting to me. I think I read into that maybe more than I should have, but like, I don't know. Maybe Coach Flo made a comment to him about play side. I don't know. It was weird that he tagged the Dolphins like that with a hashtag, but yeah, I'm not worried about it. I don't know if you are. I feel he's just so good at so many things that like I never, other than being tackled, like I said, I never even think of him as a 170 pound player while he's playing. He's just so good. I mean, he won the Heisman Trophy. Like he's no slouch. He's good.
Do you think they surprise everyone because Ben Albright is pretty locked in that they're going to take Devonta Smith at 3? Do you think they surprise everyone? No Pitts, no Sewell, and they go Devonta Smith?
I would see it. I could see it happening. And Albright's the man. We obviously have great respect for him. All the people that talk shit on him, you're just mad you're not as good as him. And if he's saying it, it's definitely got me. And then seeing Chad Johnson with the hashtag Dolphins, I'm definitely thinking it could happen. I wouldn't be mad one bit. Again, if the Miami Dolphins look at him and say, we don't care about his size, we see how great he is of a route runner, and we think he could be an all-pro player for us for a very long time, I wouldn't be mad at it one bit. If they draft him at number 3 and they come up in their press conference and they say, this was our number 1 guy on our board, I'm not going to argue with them.
All right, just some little housekeeping with the Dolphins right now. So I don't know if you saw, but the Dolphins, they went ahead and they signed former UTEP player Kay Locksley, obviously the son of Maryland coach Mike Locksley, former quarterback. He's now going to try himself out as receiver. The only issue here is he's got character concerns, and he's got like pretty decent character. Yeah, he does. I'm going to bring it up right here to show you. So he was arrested in June 2019, and he was actually suspended by UTEP too. He basically got into, there you go. If you see right here, quarterback Kay Locksley is back with UTEP football after a June parking lot altercation in which, according to a complaint affidavit, he allegedly threatened to empty a handgun on people.
Sheesh.
And everyone was worried about Juju dancing on TikTok, bro. So obviously he came back to the team, did what he had to do, and he was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana, driving while intoxicated, and making terroristic threats. So he pleaded down to misdemeanors and such. So there are some character concerns with Kay Locksley. Just your thoughts on that whole signing.
Well, I will take the road of, I think the Miami Dolphins are one of the best organizations in the entire league of getting the culture of when someone comes in, they're going to try to help you. They're going to try to make you the best football player they can be, or that you can be. And they're also going to try to make you the best person you can be. I think that Miami is just like, that's why I thought the Wilson trade would happen. That's why it happened, is Miami thinks that they can get these talented guys in here with these character concerns, which he's not that talented, by the way. I wouldn't even trust him ever even making the roster, to be honest. But Miami's going to take a shot on him. And guess what? If he doesn't show up on time, if he says he's coming to a workout and he doesn't, they're going to cut his ass real quick. And I think that's what's great about Miami, is they're giving people the opportunity and they're letting them know you can turn your life around and you could be the best guy you can be here, and we'll keep you on. And if not, we'll get rid of you. So I don't mind it. I really don't think it's going to be anything. I mean, it's kind of funny. I saw some people trying to say he's trying to be like Bill Belichick and find that quarterback to play slot receiver. But I don't know. I don't read too much into it. If anything, I like it more knowing that Miami's just trying to do everything they can to get those guys in there, and they trust their culture that they can fix guys. And if not, get the fuck out. It's really how they feel. I really believe that.
Jazz803 donates $5. Says size doesn't matter. If you can play, you can play. And what you said kind of segues into your boy Isaiah Wilson. I think the people want to hear what you have to. I mean, I saw you going to bat for the kid on social media after he was dancing on the car. Then he said he wanted to be a rapper.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you read the Cameron Wolf article where we offered him help. He was late for practice, et cetera, our workout, sorry. What are your thoughts on the whole Isaiah Wilson release, and do you think he cleared waivers officially? So do you
Yeah,
think
no
he's
one.
done? You think he's
Yeah,
done
he's
with
done.
football?
Oh, he's done with football. He might be one of those comeback stories when you hear in a few years that he's losing weight and working out and stuff, trying to make his comeback. But he's done with football. I kind of had a little inside understanding that the Dolphins were offering him help. That's why I felt that the whole Miami thing made a lot of sense to me, because I knew some stuff that was going to happen, that they were going to try to help him out. And I did not know he didn't show up on time, which, I mean, that's a huge thing for football coaches. Like, it's not hard to show up on time. It's probably one of the easiest things you can do as a football player. And then I think a lot of people really went in a little too far on his dancing videos. I don't think the Dolphins cut him because of his dancing videos. What happened was he was supposed to be at a workout and he was dancing. Didn't show up to the workout. Where the fuck are you? He's partying, sipping lean. I found out all about that, which is fun. That was a good little. I had some guy in my DMs, man, explaining to me about lean and like what it does to you. Shit, it was funny as hell. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame. Honestly, he's so talented. It sucks with kids like that clearly he needs help. And like the problem is he's got how much money now? $11 million. It's hard when you got that much money to think like, yeah, I need help. He thinks he's invincible right now, and it's a shame. And I commend the Dolphins for even trying to help him, because the Titans really were done with him. It was over. And it's a shame. I'm pulling for the kid. It didn't work out in Miami, and I commend the Dolphins, but I'm fine with the Dolphins. You know what? They gave him a chance. He didn't take the chance and get out. Like, Miami's culture, their locker room, it is the way it's got to be in football, and I love it. So good for them for giving him a chance. It's a shame. I wish him well. I hope we don't hear any bad stories about him or anything like that. I hope he gets some help. But hey, right tackle's open now, baby. So we'll see what happens.
Shout out to Derek Huggins with the $5 donation. Okay, so with Isaiah Wilson for 1 second here, and you mentioned the right tackle is open. Are you convinced, just because of the signing and taking a flyer on that kid, that they've realized, hey, we got to kick Hunt inside?
I think so, for sure. I think that was obviously there was no risk for it other than the whole blowing up like it did. The whole idea of it was, imagine plugging him at right tackle. If he flourishes, then you bump Hunt inside. I think they realize that, like, you've been big on it. You think Hunt's going to be a Pro Bowl guard, which we'll see if it happens. But I think Hunt will be better at guard, and I think they see that right tackle's a pretty big need.
Mm-hmm. All right. Another guy today too, that's coming in for a visit. Another former Patriot, as the Dolphins are going to be hosting Lawerence Guy on a free agent visit. Now, Field Yates says he's an underrated player. And there it goes. He's done a lot of dirty work for the Patriots over the past 4 years, earning a spot on the team's all decade. What are your thoughts of Lawerence Guy? Because he's pretty damn good in the run. He's obviously, he's going to get you a couple sacks this season. But he can eat up some snaps too. He's a rotational piece. He only averages between 500 to 600 snaps a year. What are your thoughts on bringing in another guy like this to the defensive line that can help basically, hopefully, stop the leaks in the run game?
Yeah, I like it. Anytime you could add a rotational piece to your defensive line, I'm okay with it. Injuries happen in the NFL. A lot of people think that only injury-prone players get injured. That's not a thing. Like, injuries can happen all the time. So anytime you can add depth of someone of his caliber too, and if he's going to be on board with not playing as many snaps as he's used to, because I don't think he'll get that many snaps. Maybe he will, but I think there's a lot of snaps to go around there. So I'm fine with it. The only thing I don't like is I'm getting a little concerned about the whole Patriot thing. It's like, it's kind of getting weird to like how many former Patriots can they go after? How much it's a little frustrating, but then that's what leads me to believe that if they're really sticking to this Patriot way and all that stuff and trying to be like Bill Belichick, that's what makes me think that Pitts really might be the pick at 3, just because they've really been kind of just treading down. Even getting Wilson was kind of like a Patriot thing. It's like, we're going to fix this guy and throw it in your face, everyone, that we like got this talented guy and we turn him around. So, I mean, there should be no negative thoughts of anyone from getting Guy at all.
Yeah, he's a good player, and he obviously, if you take away Adam Butler and Lawerence Guy, those are two key rotational pieces that they've obviously had on their front. And who's gonna know how to use them better than a guy like Flo, right? So, you can't help depth, especially against the run, brother. Like, we've got to stop the run next year. Like, no joke. You can't go into what we were last year all over again, because it's gonna be bad news, dude. All right. Before we get into tossing the salad a little bit here,
that is a transition right there.
Before we get into that,
I didn't know if you were going there, but I can't believe the transition like that. That is, if you're watching right now, that is prime time right there, everybody. That is fun. That's perfect. Oh my god.
So I just quickly, but we got to go over it just because it's hilarious. So in 4 new lawsuits, Deshaun Watson is accused of forcing a lesbian to give him oral sex, asked for his anus to be fingered, offered money for a happy ending, and wanted his ass ate during a session. Watson has denied all accusations. I can't believe I just read that on air, bro. I never thought.
I can't believe it's about Deshaun Watson. I mean, this is like, this shit gets more and more bizarre every day. It really does. It's like, I mean, dude, I can't believe all this that's coming out. I mean, some of the details are just, they're insane. They're weird. I mean, a lot of them are from Instagram too. Did you see all that?
No, I didn't see it.
A lot of them are Instagram masseuses, and they have the DMs from him and everything. He always asks, I don't know. I don't even know what this is. I don't think I've ever got a massage in my life, to be honest. Maybe like from a trainer one time, like my hamstring, but I guess he keeps asking for a Swedish massage to all these girls. I don't know what that is. Is that like?
I've actually never asked for a Swedish massage in my life.
Yeah, so I guess
Swedish massage.
That's like the DM he sends all of them. Do you do Swedish massages, whatever that is? So I don't know. It's like, it's so bizarre.
Says it's the most common type of massage is the Swedish massage therapy. It involves soft, long, kneading strokes, as well as light rhythmic tapping strokes on topmost layers of muscles. This also combined with the movement of the joints by relieving muscle tension. Swedish therapy can be relaxing and energizing. I guess it just all depends on where you ask them to give you the Swedish massage in this case, right?
It's dude, he's again innocent until proven guilty. I will keep saying that. But some of these details are bizarre. And now I guess it's getting criminal. I saw they might be looking to present some facts to a grand jury and then go from there to see if they could take it to like criminal court. I don't know. It's definitely not good.
You know what I want to see in the deposition? The girl that he asked to eat his ass, did he at least offer a Tic Tac after? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on here, bro?
I didn't read that one. So he asked, and did she do it, or she just walked away?
I have no idea.
Some of them walk away. Some of them, I guess, I've read that they're
one slapped him, right? One slapped him.
I didn't see that, but I saw that some have been like, "Yo, you're like, this is unprofessional. Get out." But I'm driving. We took my son. He had shots tonight. My little 7-month-old got his shots. Didn't cry, by the way. My fucking little dude did not cry. We're driving. I said to my wife, it's like, this is either the biggest smear campaign ever. I mean, I have never seen a smear campaign like this, or Deshaun Watson is really fucked up. Like, this is some weird. I mean, these are like, this is getting out of hand at this point. It's like, I honestly feel like the guy needs help. Like, if this is true, the guy needs help. I mean,
him and Isaiah Wilson need the same therapist, brother.
He needs some. If he's going to get massages from Instagram masseuses to eat his ass and shit, I mean, I don't know. This is
all the power to him, buddy.
I'm so excited for like the actual court cases and stuff because I really
this guy's hyped more for that than draft season. So this is a little part. This is a little part of the deposition, bro, because you can even see the clerk tag right here, right? Mm-hmm. Shortly after Watson asked for his chest to be massaged and plaintiff did so. To plaintiff's shocks, Watson groped her buttocks and vagina and then pushed her buttocks into his face, so he wants to eat ass too. Plaintiff slapped Watson and asked him what he was doing. Watson stated, "I thought you liked that." Plaintiff informed him that she did not like it, and Watson apologized. Watson then told plaintiff that he wanted to remove the oil on his lower abdomen because he had to go to practice.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's not good. It's definitely not good, and it's not going anywhere. You and I talked today about it a little. I don't see how. There's 0% chance this is done. The draft's in what, 39 days, 38 days?
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way. I don't see how this is done by then. It's going to be something. I personally think they're going to put him on the non-exempt list, and he's not going to play this year. I think they will. I think they'll put him on they can make it unpaid too. I think they can get their money back. I think there's a little loophole they'll be able to do. I'm sure they're going to work something around, but kind of like Greg Hardy was on it, but they paid him the $13 million. I think that he might get on the non-exempt list. Honestly, I don't see how the NFL is going to take this PR nightmare if it's still going by the time the season starts. They're going to have to put him on the non-exempt list, and Tyrod Taylor is probably going to be the starter in Houston
with Ryan Finley backing him up. People are worried about my monetization, guys. I literally clicked not made for kids, so I think we're good. And there was I said to you and I said on Twitter, he's a freak of leak. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know else what to say right here, but someone went ahead and they posted, check this one out. I have them here. Someone went and I said classy stuff in response. They posted all the deleted tweets. So we'll just look at them so people can see. So the one was that, and this is from 2012, guys. It says the massage I got from the girls in the student section right before I got called out to play, over everything with a smiley face. She might not never forgive me for what I just did. And she did what I told her to do.
Not great.
And then my favorite, retweet Cat Williams. What's up equals trying to fuck. Where you at? You close enough to fuck. We need to chill equals we need to fuck. You so fake, you ain't. I mean, like, oh boy.
So say it ain't so, Deshaun Watson. Not good, buddy.
I don't know, man.
And I think what made it worse is he deleted those then too. Like, it was, kind of like, I don't know who his lawyer is. I guess he's a good lawyer, but I even thought his little response was terrible because clearly he didn't type it and it was obvious with the double spacing. I don't know. His lawyer's advice clearly isn't good. Deleting the tweets doesn't look good because, again, if you're not doing anything wrong, like, address them later. Like, deleting it makes it look weird. It's just, I don't know if I feel bad for him because if it's not true or what, but we obviously have to see what happens. Innocent until proven guilty, but again, it does not look good. Does not look good.
And King Sick asks, my question is reason, how did this go on Discover all the time? I think it's basically what Ball Game said. I think it's the Texans were keeping a lid on it. He said he wanted out, made it known he wanted out, and they said, okay, you're on your own. And they took their lid off and said, you deal with it. And that's why everything's hit. So it's not a smear. Like, I know you mentioned it. I don't think it's a smear campaign from the Texans because this could get to a point where they got to release the kid and get nothing back except avoided money.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? This could go really bad for them. So, his literally as an asset, he's depreciating every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't see him getting traded either. I saw that today. I think Bleacher Report did that. Give me a break. I don't believe that teams are trying to trade for him right now.
Yeah.
It's just everyone's there.
What do you think about the Texans potentially protecting him and then just stopping once he made it clear he doesn't? Because here's the other thing. Hopkins was gone. He knew Watt was leaving. Okay, I get the coach and GM search, but you don't think he knew that this was on the horizon and this might have been in a play and another reason why he might have wanted out of Houston?
I don't know. I think that's tough because the Houston Texans, they either have a great poker face because they released a statement that they found out via Instagram or they saw the Instagram post. So I don't know. I think this is just one of those things that just the timing of it obviously doesn't look ideal. So it makes a lot of people question the women, which is annoying, but I think it's just one of those things that just played out the way it did. It's like people finally were seeing how annoying it was. Like Deshaun Watson was like in the news all the time. And honestly, I'm not in those women's shoes, obviously, but maybe they kept seeing him talked about every day and it kept finally getting to him. They said, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I'm going to speak up. And there's so many ways you could go about it. I really don't think like you said, I don't think the Texans are involved. I think a lot of people think the Texans are involved in this and doing this, and the lawyers connected with the Texans. I don't think it's anything like that because, like you said,
he was connected with the old owner that died. He's
Yeah.
not connected with the new one, right, Cal? He's connected with Bob.
And what do the Texans gain from this? Like, it's not
Nothing.
like unless the owner is like a complete like psychopath and all he wants to do, he doesn't care how much money he loses. He wants to ruin Deshaun Watson's life, which, hey, again, Deshaun Watson could be a psycho. Maybe that guy could be a psycho. I don't know. You never know. But I just don't see how the Texans would do that. It just makes no sense. Like, they're not going to be able to trade him. They're going to have to probably release him. Imagine if he gets found guilty of one of these, they're going to release him. There's no he's not.
Yeah.
He'll never play another down in the NFL, in my opinion. There's no way. The NFL will. It's over. So I don't think the Texans did this. I really don't.
Yeah, and I got a question for you. If you owned a massage parlor in Miami, would you have a Watson ban on that, or would you allow the brown noser to walk in?
So that's the other thing that's so weird. So did you see like some of the details? I don't think have any of them been at a massage parlor. I think they're all at his house or their house.
Yeah,
like
hotels. Yeah,
he's like courting these women off Instagram. That's what makes it really weird. You know what I mean? Like, why is he using all these different women to massage him? You know, like what? I guess I saw he released a statement too with his lawyer that said because of COVID he couldn't use his normal masseuse. So what? He's using 20 different masseuses he's finding on Instagram. Like, I don't know. It's just his lawyer sucks. I promise you, Deshaun Watson's lawyer, he should fire him today because he's an absolute idiot. And that's probably one of the worst excuses I've ever heard in my life. But that's why Deshaun Watson, world-class athlete who has everything he needs at his disposal,
and world-class ass eater.
Oh shit!
Okay, anyway, sorry.
Explain to me why he personally needs to reach out to someone to find a massage. Give me a break.
And his wife and his girl's a smoke show too. It's not like he's dating a 300-pound behemoth, right?
Yeah, so, it's like I don't know, man. Whole thing is so bizarre. Every day more details that just more and more like my jaw hits the floor, man. It's pretty crazy. It really is crazy.
And shout out to Sean Tunsil Bell. He says I'm in the loop reason about Deshaun Watson. Sean Tunsil Bell is actually the cousin of Laramie Tunsil, bro.
No way.
Yeah, I've had him up here before. He's a good dude. He's been following me for a while, but he's like lives in Miami, so he was like a Dolphins fan before they drafted Tunsil and stuff like that. But I'm gonna drop the link soon, Sean. You need to come up and give us the info, bro.
I need some info.
Yeah, we want to know if this guy's out here tossing salad, brother. All right, shout out to Jonesy, Defense Nation for the new membership. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy all the emojis and all the perks, brother. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, before we open it up, let's go over Fitz's comments about Tua today, because the man was out here showing a ton of support for the kid, and he said some really key things that I think people are gonna, find intriguing. So let's roll that.
I've had about
right?
When I tweeted that you were coming on last night. A bunch of Dolphins fans wanted me to ask. I'm sure you already have a stock answer to it, but they want to know what you really think about Tua and his chances in Miami after you spend a year with him.
Well, I will say, Tua, it's amazing how much criticism and different things have been thrown his way. It's very difficult to play quarterback in the NFL, and I think we keep forgetting, I'm a fan too, so we keep forgetting as fans that fact. It's very difficult. And the guy was a rookie last year and came in and went 6-3 or whatever he did. The two things that really stick out to me about Tua is I think he has elite accuracy, and that's very important. And I think he's going to learn from last year. He's going to learn through this offseason. He's got some continuity with George Godsey and Eric Studesville as coordinators now. Where to go with the ball, how to eliminate things pre-snap. to really be able to unleash that elite accuracy. And then he throws with anticipation, and that's something that's difficult that you don't see a lot with quarterbacks coming from college to the NFL. So I'm a huge Tua fan. My kids love Tua. Sometimes they play with him on Madden. Sometimes they play with me. But I'm looking forward for big things for him. I think he's going to do great. And just in terms of being a leader on a team and a guy that people can follow, he has all those qualities. So I think we just need to have a little bit of patience. He was a rookie last year, and I think he's going to do great things.
He said a lot of key things there. He highlighted the anticipation. He called the accuracy elite. You know what I mean? He basically said this kid's getting undeserved criticism right now, and it's already the hardest position to play. Now, I've already been out there. I think Fitz did have a little bit of selfish motivation with being the guy that wanted to bring in Chan Gailey and Robbie Brown just because he wanted to continue his career. But at the end of the day, I've never questioned whether he liked the kid. It was clearly evident they liked each other. Like Tua would Zoom with his kids and stuff like that. Clearly, like they formed. You didn't see that with him and Rosen. Let's put it that way, okay? You know what I mean? What did you think about, just how, in a sense, he was raving about Tua?
Yeah. I think my favorite part of it, you mentioned the kids. If you don't like someone or you don't wish them well, you're not being sincere about what you say about them. Would you be praising them to your children? Like, absolutely not.
No,
my kids would, like, if I didn't like someone and my kids wanted to play with them on Madden, I'd be like, hell no, don't you dare play with them on Madden. You play with me. I'm better. You know what I mean? Like, obviously there's that respect there, and I love hearing stuff like that. A lot of people love Fitz. Fitz obviously has been in the NFL a long time. He says the right things. He does the right things, but he has nothing to gain from talking up Tua. He doesn't need to talk up Tua for anyone to think any better of him. You know what I mean? Like, he was sincere. And again, him bringing up his kids playing with Tua and Madden, and I didn't know about the whole zooming to his kid or Tua zooming his kids and stuff. That's all I need to hear, man. The whole Tua thing gets so frustrating. Like, a lot of people just these dumb narratives that they don't even look up or even research. They read it once in an article. Like, if your way of arguing football is something you read once in an article and you have yourself not fact checked it, like, dude, stop. Like, get out of here. It's just dumb. Like, I don't know, man. I'm so excited for Tua. I really think that they're gonna load him up with some weapons. Pitts at 3, a running back. I mean, but think about it for real though. They could really not even if it's Pitts, even if they go Devonta Smith. I mean, dude, they're gonna surround him with weapons, and if he fails, then he fails. But I think that Tua he's gonna have the people around him. I think the Dolphins signing Fuller was huge. They get the offensive line locked in, ready to go. I think Fitzpatrick, whatever you want to call him, I think he's got it right, honestly. And that Kurt Warner thing we talked about before we came on air, like, you could see Tua can throw with anticipation. He needs to trust himself a little more. But COVID season, he didn't have the offseason to really, like, rep it out. He had, like, the worst, gruesomest hip injury ever. So, like, I really think it's dumb. I think we live in this terrible time in the NFL where people write off a quarterback after one season. It couldn't drive me more crazy. Like, some quarterbacks, you can see it. Like, they just don't got it. Like Rosen, he never had it, in my opinion. Rosen's okay, but Rosen doesn't have the tools that Tua has. Like, I think anyone that thinks Tua stinks, you stink. Like, you should not be allowed to talk football. Tua has played 9 games. He doesn't stink. He played after an offseason where they didn't even get together and get to do as much stuff as they normally do. He was rehabbing an injury. Let's see how Tua does this year. If Tua goes out and plays 16 games and throws 12 touchdowns and 18 interceptions, then we can talk about him stinking. But until then, it's just dumb. Like, you're not talking football. You are just a victim of the moment, honestly. And I don't even think the moment's worth saying he stinks because he was pretty solid. I mean, for a rookie quarterback, he wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible. So we got to stop it. Fitz is 100% on point. And he's sincere, and I'm excited. I'm getting real excited for Tua.
I gotta ask you, bro, like, because we haven't really gone in depth on Tua, and you just did a little bit there. What do you think his ceiling is? Like, do you think he can be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, we talked about it before we came on, like, briefly, but I mean, top 10 quarterback is kind of tough, just because you got to think about the top 10 quarterbacks. But then it makes me think, by the time Tua starts hitting his peak, Brady will be gone. Rodgers might be gone. Breeze is gone. some of these guys are going to be gone, and we're going to start talking about who the top quarterbacks are with Patrick Mahomes. I think Wentz is going to get back up there. Josh Allen's there. We're going to start talking about who these top quarterbacks is. 100%. How is Tua not going to be a top 10 quarterback? If he can get the weapons around him, which having weapons around you doesn't mean you stink as a quarterback. I hate that argument and that narrative too, that like, oh, he can only succeed with supporting cast. Like, no shit. Like, every quarterback in the NFL needs a supporting cast. That's not a good argument when you say, oh, like, this guy doesn't need a supporting cast. I heard someone tell me that Russell Wilson doesn't have a supporting cast. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. His offensive line might not be good, but he's got Chris Carson, Metcalf. He's got what's the receiver? The small guy, 16, Lockett.
Lockett.
Yeah, I mean, he's got weapons. Like, good quarterbacks can be good and still have a supporting cast. So I think 100%, if you start thinking about Tua getting to that third year, fourth year, fifth year, 100% he could be a top 10 quarterback.
Guys, I'm dropping the link if any of you guys want to come up here and join in the conversation. I wanted to ask you this question because you were around Carson Wentz a lot in terms of when you were covering Philadelphia. Now, obviously, he doesn't have Wentz's arm, but I mean, you know, Wentz had that MVP season before he had that terrible, terrible injury. You know, and he was a top 10 quarterback that year, no doubt about it. Like,
he was
you know what I
voted
mean?
number
Like,
3, top 100.
Yeah, he was on the cusp of being a permanent top 5 quarterback. Do you think Carson Wentz has a higher ceiling than a guy like Tua though?
It depends how we're talking. If we're talking like longevity, I would probably lean towards Tua just because I've been around Carson enough that I'm a little worried if things start not going well in Indy. I don't know how his brain's gonna be, how his head's gonna work. But I mean, I think that they're a little different of quarterbacks. Like you said, Carson's more of a gunslinger. He's not like a calculated quarterback, if that makes sense. That might sound like a dumb term, but in a sense of like, Tua's gonna look at the defense. He's going to take the snap. He's going to calculate in his head. 1 read, 2 reads, go. Carson Wentz is going to take the snap. First read's not there. Second read's not there. Now he's running around. Like, Tua and Carson are a lot different of quarterbacks. Carson Wentz reminds me so much of Brett Favre. It's not even funny. Like, he just that running around, throwing rocket balls for no reason. He threw an interception last year against the Giants. One of the shittiest interceptions I have ever seen. But, like, plays like that with Carson Wentz, you just take them for what they are because sometimes he's going to break free. He's going to throw a touchdown pass. That's insane. So Tua's more of like he's going to sit in the pocket. He's going to dissect you. Tua's probably got better accuracy. No, Tua's definitely got better accuracy in my opinion. I think Tua throws with more anticipation than Wentz too. I think a lot of people argue with the whole that Tua needs to see the guys open. I don't believe that. I think that's kind of like a misguided criticism. I think it's hard to throw guys open when you don't trust them. And I think Wentz fell into that a lot this year. Yep. Yeah. I think Wentz fell into that a lot this year too, where a lot of people were like, oh, he's not doing it right. Like when you drop back to pass, even the Kurt Warner thing, when he's like, I don't really know what kind of route this was or what the route concept was.
Yeah,
when you drop back as a quarterback, like you rep when I coach football, you rep it every day. Like he's going to be 10 yards. He's going 10 to 8. You're going to hit him at like, when you don't know if your guy's going to be there, that's in your head. I don't care what anyone says. Like it's hard to throw with anticipation when you're anticipating your guy not to be there. That's tough. So I think Tua is going to be fine. I honestly am a huge Carson Wentz guy. So I think Carson Wentz is going to be comeback player of the year. I think Carson Wentz is going to be incredible in Indianapolis. But I also think Tua's definitely has the tools to be a successful quarterback. Get him some weapons, get him an offensive line. Sky's the limit for Tua. I mean, I'm not a big lefty quarterback guy, which is kind of weird too. Like I think he's the only starting lefty, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
No, he's the only lefty, period.
Really?
Oh, there's no backups right now in the NFL?
No backups that are lefty?
No, he's the only lefty in the league.
I didn't know that.
See, that's kind of weird, but I don't know. I think Tua's going to be fine. Carson Wentz is great, though. Everyone needs to get back on – buy stock in Carson Wentz right now. If you're a betting guy, I'm putting money on Carson Wentz to win something because Colts are going to be damn good. They are going
Especially
to be
if they get Rashad Bateman for the Colts, if they draft one of those boys, they'll be –
They don't even
I think they're going to go all-line. They're going all-line first pick, I think.
Yeah.
You don't think they're going Mac? You don't think they're going Mac Daddy?
They should go tight end. They should go tight end for the second.
Yeah. Bro, that's all they need, another tight end, bro.
No, didn't they get rid of 2 of them?
We're talking about Are we talking? Hold on. Are we talking about the Patriots? Oh, we're talking about the Colts.
Talking about the Colts. My bad.
Okay. I thought we were talking about the Patriots for a second.
I thought he was talking about the Colts getting beat.
Now, I think all the quarterbacks are going top 10, man. I think they're gonna once the top 4 go out, they're gonna trade for Mac Jones. Somebody is like it's gonna be a quarterback race to the top this time around, just because the pro days are there. Did you guys see Devonta Smith? What he said? He's not gonna do it jack all in the pro day.
He's just gonna weigh in.
He just told them, I weigh 170. He's not even going to weigh. He's like, I weigh 170.
Yeah, but
he's going to weigh in.
Yeah, he's going to weigh in. Yeah. Chad Ochocinco came out and defended him and said, I played at 170. And he said, and Devonta Smith was better than me in college.
Yeah, and Devonta is the most natural separator in the entire league. Like, the first 10 yards. The first 10 yards, no one can.
Let RD talk, Florida born. And then
I've never seen another. Have you seen a wide receiver in the first 10 yards to just except for Adams from Green Bay. Like this guy, just the first 3 steps, he just pops. And when you're tied with him, his change of direction, that's how he creates his separation.
His twitch and body control is disgusting.
Right. And then you talk about his catchability. And he always goes to the ball. He
doesn't lose any speed either on his cuts. That's what makes him so smooth.
He runs to the ball. Like if the ball is behind him, he will never take one play. He will never take one play off. The man is on. Like once the switch turns on, he's like a machine. And then what's his name? Kyle Pitts. He ran a 4.46. He's probably going to run faster than that. That was effortlessly.
He looks Jeremy. Tell me, because I didn't see it. You saw what was the slowest time he ran today?
4.49 I saw today. What's his slowest one? So it's a lock that he's running a 4.4. So I agree with you. He might freaking even have the adrenaline going. If he hits like a 4.4, I'm gonna die.
Buddy. If he hits a 4.41, and I'm the biggest,
I'm going right to Klump's Twitter because I want to see him do a 40 shot. Right?
I'm the biggest Panay guy, bro. If he runs a 4.41 or a 4.42,
run that card up. Yeah,
you gotta run that. Yo. If they take any receiver over him and he runs a 4.41, I will be pissed off if they take Devonta Smith, bro.
Because his hands are insane too. Like he catches everything. Like he's never dropped dropped nothing. And he's
a very good route runner. Buddy, you talk about a very good route runner and a guy with body control for his size in and out of his cuts, bro. Like that guy is ridiculous.
Well, Jeremy posted that one clip of him doing it in triple coverage. I almost shit myself. Pardon my French. Yeah. Like triple coverage of Bama over third hand.
Once that one clip everyone was showing where he ran the pivot route.
Oh,
yeah. Where he runs that pivot and just he just takes them with them. And I'm like, geez.
Call that bug. Yeah, he ran that whip out.
Bro, like disgusting, dude. Guys, there's 450 of you. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here. Yeah, like, okay, so Florida born, I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead, bro.
I was just going to add on to what he said. Like you said, Reason, Devonta Smith hasn't showed that his size is a problem yet. So,
yeah,
I mean, pretty much that's the facts. And also, I know Rhino knows. I don't know, but I told Rhino I got so much faith in Tua that I put $100 that he was going to win the MVP.
Oh boy,
that's how much faith I have in this man.
Bro, I hope you win. What were your odds? What were your odds on that, bro?
I think it was 1,200 to 1.
Woo! You're gonna be living in your 12 G's.
1,200.
1,200 to 1.
No, that's impossible.
I'm surprised.
No one's giving.
I'm almost positive, bro.
No, but 1,200 to 1 means 120 to 1, right? In the bot. So you bet
you bet
$1.
I'm looking right now on Sporting Betting Dime. Yeah, he's plus 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 50. That's 50 times.
I put money on Emory Jones to win Heisman for plus 5,000.
So you put $1, you get $50. You put $100, you get about $5,000.
Oh, bro! I hope you win that, dude.
So 5,000 to 1. If he puts 100, that's 50 grand, right?
No, but the 5,000 to 1. But it's not 5,000 to 1. It's 5,000.
It's plus 5,000.
Yeah, it's plus 5,000. Which it's not 5,000 to 1. It's 50 to 1.
Yeah, Wentz is right now plus 3,000.
No shit. I'm betting money right after we get off this.
Yo, but wait, Indianapolis, check their schedule because the schedule matters a lot as far as
think about their
who's
division
winning.
games. They don't have tough division
Houston,
games.
that's 2 wins.
Houston,
Yeah,
that's 4 wins. I mean,
Jags.
He's going to crush the Jags. He's going to crush the Texans, and they'll split the game with the Titans. Right there's an easy 5 wins. I mean,
but wait, are you saying MVP or are you saying comeback player of the year? What are you saying?
Fuck it, I'm going MVP.
I said MVP.
Damn. Because the comeback, he could be a shoo-in for that. What are the odds for that?
I think he'll win comeback player of the year.
Let me check right now for you.
Because that could be a real.
I think he'll win that.
Yeah. I don't even know who would go against him, honestly. Like, who's even coming back that could beat him? I mean,
Von Miller could be coming back
he's
from
not
injury.
Gonna get it. He won't get it.
Actually, no, I don't think if you're injured, you count. What a terrible year. No, he's the prime boy. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's
gonna be
the odds aren't out for comeback player of the year yet. Apparently,
do they even do that? I don't even know if they do that.
No, they do. They do. Yeah, but they're just not out yet. They don't come out apparently till August.
Oh, I'm going big on that. Mark me down.
I saw the Giants start the free agency period with $3 million in salary cap.
Saquon's a good one too. Sorry, RD. Saquon's a decent one too.
But
anyway, sorry.
But he was injured though, right? Saquon was injured.
Yeah, so
does that count?
Comeback, yeah, it does.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember Joey Porter won the comeback player of the year for us and because he came off injury, right?
We made the playoffs that first
Alex
year
Smith.
with him. Okay.
Alex Smith.
C-Mac could be too. McCaffrey.
That's a good one too.
That's a good
but
one.
Not if Teddy Bridgewater's back there or a rookie quarterback. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, RD. You can continue on.
No, I don't understand the salary cap at the moment. I really don't. They started with $3 million. I remember looking at Sports Track. They started with $3 million. What's their name? The Giants. The free agency period, and these guys are getting like one big ticket after another. They signed another cornerback today. I'm like, I know they restructured some contracts, but still, how the hell are they doing it? They've literally signed over $25 million at least. No, more than that.
How much cap space did the Giants have this season?
I actually don't know.
When they started, I saw under Sports Track $3 million in cap space. And then they started restructuring people. And when you look at the Jets, all the signings that they've done, they still have like 50 million, close to that.
They had like 30, 35. Damn.
Wow.
Like, I don't understand how they restructure and make this stuff go away. It's like voodoo
did y'all
stuff,
see?
man.
Did y'all see the Tyreek interview today? Did you see that, Jeremy?
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. You mean?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I saw that. He's like,
he wanted nothing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he got
leave that
pissed.
to my family and my agent. I don't deal with that. Once I'm signed, I'm signed. I was like, damn, bro. Like Tyreek is not playing, bro. And then I saw people like trying to rip on Patty Mahomes in the comments, and I'm like, yo, Pat restructured. What are you like 1 year in? Pat Mahomes restructured. Like
restructure every year.
One thing about the Pat Mahomes contract I noticed, listen, this guy has been technically in a rookie contract. Up to next year, he'll be in a rookie contract because what he's being paid in cap space, it's been rookie level. So
That's
when you
usually
look
what they
at
do for quarterback extensions,
so you look at the Tua right now, we got 3 more years of him in rookie scale. We're going to literally have 5 more years of him in rookie scale when you think about it. So we have 5 years of flexibility with the cap, man. As long as we hit on the picks and free agents are not, Eric Flowers, we have a decent shot, man, of getting value.
All right, so we know where Jeremy sits. Jeff, RD, Irving, Florida born. What are you guys doing at 3? Pitts, Sewell, Devonta Smith, someone else, or trading back?
The volume of how many people want quarterbacks, I cannot pass on trading back, man. There's just too much value there for one player.
What if you can't trade back? What if you can't trade back?
Man,
what do you mean? Like, there's at least 6 teams that want a quarterback. They'll make an offer that's, according to the points.
I think the reason that would happen is if they like one more than the other, because if they don't, then they're not going to move up because they'll be content with whichever one falls to them. Last time I was on the show with Reason, I made my pick already. Sorry, Jeremy, I'm a Sewell guy. I want to build that wall.
I am too, though. Reason knows this. I
know he's like your number 2. He's like right there. You'd be happy. Yeah, I'd be happy with Pitts too. For the record, I'd be happy either way.
Well, Jeremy would be happy with Smith, Sewell, or Pitt. Obviously, that.
Yeah, I like Smith a lot too. He's my number 1. Although Reason, your boy Chrissy was at it again. Chrissy Sims.
Oh Jesus.
Oh well. Yeah, he ranked your boy Waddle 4th on his receiver.
Yeah, he has Wilson number 1.
Above him? Who was his number 1 was Chase. Get ready to be sick. Number 2 was Smith, which I liked Smith. Number 3, he had Diami Brown.
Yeah. Something insane.
I like Diami.
I like Diami, but no way in hell I'm putting him in my top 5.
He literally has Wilson over Lawerence.
Yeah,
he has Wilson over Lawerence. Like that's how off.
Do you remember Chrissy Freud when I had her on? I don't know if you guys remember Chrissy Freud. She has Wilson over Lawerence too.
There's a man crush on this guy. He came out of nowhere.
I don't know, but I think Wilson has the most upside in this draft, bro.
My only issue with Wilson is if you watch him, A, doesn't play up to good competition. B, a lot of his good throws and big plays come outside the pocket. When he sits in the pocket and the pressure comes, he's actually like, eh. But hey, so is Lawerence. When the pressure starts coming on Lawerence starts dipping his body forward and his accuracy is affected because of it. So, I don't know, man. I'll say it again. Guys, if Tua stayed back this year, Tua wins the national championship. He wins the Heisman, and he's probably the number 1 pick this year. I really truly believe that.
Yeah.
That's why we voted him to be the MVP next year. God damn it.
Yeah, put 100 down on it, bro, RD.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I just can't wait to see both your reactions because we got the Pitts train and the Sewell train. And I'm hoping we just end up with one. Even Smith I'd be happy with, but with the train, but I think it's got to be Pitts.
You want to really fuck up the board? Draft Panay at 3, turn around, trade up with Atlanta, and take
Jeremy's going to marry you if that happens. And we
Bro, I already sent him a mock. I forget what it was, but he's like, I'm driving to Canada and marrying you if that one.
Yeah, it was Pitts at like 6 or 7. You traded up, I think.
Yeah, and I'm like you though, Jeremy. I don't think he gets past the Eagles, bro.
Dude,
Eagles, I don't think. Yeah, Cincinnati.
I don't even think
since he goes Chase. I think since he goes.
Dude, he
Chase.
might not even get past Atlanta.
Atlanta, I was gonna say if they roll with Ryan and don't want to go quarterback, Arthur Smith does run 2 tight end systems.
Didn't Fields just run a 4-4-1?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, 2 days.
4-4-1.
He said he was hoping for a 4-3-9 in the pro day, or by the time he gets to it.
We'll see.
Oh, and Choo, I will be live for draft night. Jeremy will be joining me. Ball game will be up here. And then Damien will be up here. And then EM will be popping in and out. But and then Dante Colonelli will be popping in and out too. So there will be people coming in and coming out. So
you know what would ruin draft night? Jamar Chase at 3. I think Reason.
Oh, don't say it.
I'm turning the stream off, bro.
That's not gonna happen. That can't even happen.
Don't wish that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
Yo, here's my thing. If this guy runs around a 4.5 and he measures in at 5'11, you really see that. You don't think his draft stock's gonna drop,
especially with Pitts running his way.
There's no shot he's running around that though. It's gonna be his pro day 40 time. He'll run a 4.4. Pro day 40 time.
Scouts are actually there timing though, right? Like
true, but we won't get the scouts numbers. We'll get the agent media driven numbers. So I don't know. I said Pitt. I don't even know if Pitts ran the 4.46. It's cool and all. I thought he was more of a 4.5 guy. But again, these numbers are all unofficial. So like if Chase, I wouldn't be one bit surprised if Chase runs a 4.49 and everyone's gonna be like, see, he's in the 4.4, he's good.
Yeah, but okay, let me just ask you, because I know you've watched a ton on him, Jeremy. You look at his skill set, his traits. Obviously, he's elite at the catch point, right? And his radius, okay? If a guy's 5'11, that doesn't worry you at the next level. Like, Like
if that's his go-to thing. Yeah, that's why I don't like Chase, is because his go-to way is contested.
He's not a very
catches.
good route runner, right?
Yeah. I love saying this, and I will always say it, and I will go to my grave saying this. If Kyle Pitts was listed as a wide receiver, he is a better wide receiver. Throw the blocking out. Put him anywhere on the field. If they both are lining up as the outside wide receiver, Kyle Pitts is a better wide receiver than Ja'Marr Chase. 100%.
That's a good point. That's what I was going to say. Like, what's the one thing if you like him? Yeah, go Pitts.
He's more physical. Contested catches. Kyle Pitts is one of the best contested catch rates in college football. He can do it all. He is way better than Ja'Marr Chase, in my opinion. Even as a receiver,
he didn't
throw the
drop a
tight end
pass, right?
label. He hasn't dropped a pass. View them both as wide receivers. Kyle Pitts is better than Ja'Marr Chase.
I'm with
100%.
the same with Reason. I like Pitts more, and I also like Bateman more. Like, if you're going for the contested catch point, give me somebody who's a little bit faster, runs better routes. Like, I'm on the Bateman train with Reason. Like, go Bate. If that's what you want, go that route. But
if I cannot trade down,
there you go, Jeremy.
Oh, there we go.
The chomp.
Oh, Gators, baby.
we were talking in the chat. They say you want former quarterback wide receivers. Go Tony. Add them to that mix. Let's just go all former quarterbacks.
It's gonna be a good Gators year.
What are your thoughts on Kadarius Toney, Klump? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
We talked like vaguely on it. I think Tony's good. He's kind of like a 1-year wonder. Never stays healthy, but I'm not a big fan of like the whole worrying about getting injured thing. It is what it is. If you have talent, then I'm going to bet on your talent shining through your injuries. He's got this weird gear to him, though. It's like I think a lot of people think he's like a speedster, like he's just as fast as Tyreek Hill. I hope he runs his 40 because I don't think he's going to run a 4.3. I think he might be a 4.4 guy. I don't think he's as fast as some people think. I think he's got this weird like. He's great at making people miss. When he's in space, you're not tackling him. If you're one-on-one with him, you're not going to tackle him. But it's more like quickness. He doesn't have that top-end speed that I've seen some people say he's like going to run a faster 40 than Tyreek Hill, and he's just as fast as Tyreek Hill. I really don't see that. I've watched him a lot. I watch him play a lot of college football. He's going to be good. I don't know if he'll make it in the first round either. The wide receiver class is deep. I think he's probably going to find like early second, kind of like T. Higgins went early second last year. I think he's kind of going to go early second because a lot of people, he's not an elite receiver by any means. He can run routes. He has some catches.
And he's just a slot guy, right? You're never putting him on the outside.
I would put him on the outside. He actually succeeded.
Come on.
Did you
at
see
the next level? Yeah, I know, but at the next level, bro.
I don't mind it. I mean, I wouldn't start him on the outside. I think you could formation-wise, sometimes you could line up on the outside. I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think he's like he's not an elite receiver. He's going to be fine. He'll never be that number one guy you can count on, but I like him. He's all right. He's definitely got some drop issues and the injury.
Apparently, he's also a rapper, so him and Isaiah Wilson are coming out with.
Oh God!
Is he actually?
Yeah, apparently he's a rapper. So
someone said Amari Rodgers is better than Tony. I honestly am kind of leaning that way right now too. I don't know why.
I actually, that's close for me, man.
But Amari Rodgers' evaluation this year, you got to look at it through a different lens. Remember, he was only 7 months removed from his ACL injury, I think it was. He came back way earlier than he should have. Like he was almost like Tua this year. Like he was not 100% by any means playing this year, Amari Rodgers.
I think people are. I had him on my top 10 big board, and one of the things I said about it is everyone's sleeping about this guy. Now that's a guy you're not moving outside of the slot though.
Amari Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had Kadarius Toney as my wide receiver 7, and I had Rodgers as my 8. So they're right there. Yeah. Like Amari's clearly, he's one of the best yak guys in football right now. Like you go look at what he was doing at the Senior Bowl. He was like dominating guys in jump drills, right? And the one-on-ones, he was just killing people, bro.
He's getting healthy. He needed to get healthy. He was not healthy.
And NFL pedigree, right? Isn't his dad a former player?
I don't know. I don't know that. I love that though. Bloodlines are the way to go. I believe in bloodlines. I do. I believe in bloodlines.
Let me see. I think his dad's a former player. His dad, yeah. Okay, no. I lied. He's an American football coach and former quarterback. He's the wide receiver coach of the Ravens right now. Tennille Martin is his father.
Wow, that's good too.
Who? T. Martin?
Neil, yeah, he was
quarterback from Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh shit! Do you know who that is? You remember him?
Yeah. He played in the CFL, bro. I remember him in the CFL, dude.
Wait, are you sure that's T. Martin is Amari Rodgers' dad?
Yes, sir.
That's mind blowing. Dude,
you remember he used to play for the Steelers and the Eagles, right?
T. Martin. Is he one of the people that got drafted before Brady? Is that one of them?
Oh, that's
Everybody got drafted
I think
before
he
Brady.
did. Yeah, because he went. Did he? He went in the 5th round, 163rd overall.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I
He
knew
did.
it.
I remember them talking about him in the Senior Bowl. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yo, Tom Brady's still winning Super
think he's a
Bowls.
quarterback
Guys
coach
that
now
got drafted
for high
before
school.
him, kids are getting drafted.
That's
That's
nuts.
wild, dude. I did not know that.
Yeah,
That
that was Mark
crazy
Bolger. Yeah,
Mark Bolger.
yeah,
Hey, Reason,
yeah. Mark
who are your
Bolger got
favorite?
drafted there from there. But
Reason, who are your top 5 defensive players coming into this draft? Your top 5 in order.
Overall?
Yeah, overall.
Oh my God!
Not your favorite, but your highest rated. Your top 5.
I haven't finished
Oh, okay.
my boards. Like, damn! If I were just to go off the top of my
Yeah.
head,
Just off the top.
oh man, that's tough. I would probably have to go.
It's so tough. There's not even a clear
you gotta
one.
go. I gotta go Micah
Yeah, maybe.
because he's a top 5 talent if he has no
yeah,
issues.
yeah, no, for sure.
Who? I know everyone's on the Farley train,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I love
fair
me
enough.
I love me JC Horn, bro.
Yeah.
Surgery today?
Who, Farley?
Yeah. On his
Yeah,
back.
and he won't be good till just before training camp. They said.
He's gonna drop pretty far.
Yeah.
I remember Benjamin Albright called that was Farley, not the surgery, but him dropping. He said he'd go lower.
Bro, you've been off for a year. What have you been doing with your life, bro? Like, why are you getting this now? And then I would probably have to go, and this is just off the top. I haven't finished my boards yet.
Right.
I'd have to go. I love me Azeez Ojulari, bro. I don't know why. I just like this kid pops when I watch him.
You're obsessed with him.
Yeah, I know, eh? And then
What about
honestly,
Parsons from PSU? Maybe.
yeah, I had him. He's my number one. I had him number 1.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
And then, okay, this is kind of weird for me, and I wouldn't have him in like the top 5 of our needs. No, I got to stay away from JOK. Never mind. Let's scratch that one. And then I would probably put, I think Nick Bolton is better than Zavin Collins. I think just Zavin
Really?
I think Zavin Collins just a scheme fit for us. So that's why I would put Zavin above
Right, for
Nick
us.
Bolton for specific, but overall, I like Nick Bolton better. I mean, back-to-back 110 plus tackler in the SEC, hits like a freaking truck. And then I would probably put Christian Barmore at 5, the defensive tackle from Alabama.
Yeah.
See, they're all being all these guys. Sorry, in all the mock drafts, Nick Bolton and Barmore, they're just late 20s at best, man. So
yeah, but I don't look at mock drafts, bro. Fuck that shit. They piss me off every time I read them, dude. And like this, how much these guys are always wrong, bro. Like I'm sitting here.
Yeah, but
watching
the top 20 usually they're like 90% right. Usually for the top 20, and then obviously after that they just snooze. They got guys going to the 3rd round that's supposed to go 1st round, and then 1st round supposed to go undrafted. It's like Isaiah Wilson. Right?
Like you should, you know who does good mocks? I gotta plug him again, Ben Albright.
Yeah.
Because they actually rank all these people's mocks like on the percentile. And last year Albright had the 2nd highest accuracy out of all the big media people.
Really?
So I like JOK. My problem with JOK is he's 215. Where are you playing him?
They're
Safety?
saying he's light. You'd have to do safety role
Dude,
for
I'm
him.
so scared to play.
He's a converted safety to linebacker. So what are you doing? You moving him back there?
Would you see him like a Shaq Thompson reason, maybe? Like Carolina did with Shaq Thompson out of Washington. How he was kind of light, I think, for him, if I remember.
All the big games I saw him with Notre Dame, the guy missed a lot of tackles, man. He was scaring me with the missed tackles. Like he wasn't wrapping them up the way, like at 216. That's the problem. Yes, his coverage is amazing. Fine, you're a safety. Like just look at Isaiah Simmons, what he did this year. He's way more athletic, but the fit in the NFL, whatever you do, you got to do it aces. There is no middle ground, or else you have no position.
Yeah.
Trying to tackle Najee doesn't help either.
It's so hard to do that top 5 because I love Kwity Paye. Y'all know I'm in love with Joseph Asai. Like I absolutely love that kid. I've been raving about him for like fucking 7 months. I love He's a perfect fit for what we run.
I think Jeremy
Just
gave him
don't
to us
put-
in his mock draft.
Just don't put the tape versus
36.
Zaven Collins. Though. When he faced Zaven Collins, he got destroyed. That's the only downside to Osai. When he faced Zaven Collins from Oklahoma State, he got destroyed.
Are you
Tevin
talking about
Jenkins.
When Texas did
Tevin
Oklahoma
Jenkins.
State.
the right
Tevin
tackle?
Jenkins.
Yeah. The
I love Tevin Jenkins, bro. I got him in my top 5 attackers.
Yo, Tevin
The right
Jenkins
tackle, yeah.
murdered him. I actually put that in my mocks today. I said, don't watch
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, don't watch that game.
Yo,
I think with a hangover on that game. That's why.
he put him on his
love
ass
Tevin
at
Jenkins,
least
bro.
4 times. I mean, he murdered
Yeah, no, it was
him.
bad. It was really ugly. But that's good because now he falls to the second round, and that's where we pick right away. So if we don't get our edge or our linebacker, he's going to be our first linebacker in the second round, and then we go offensive tackle at 18 if we get our wide receiver first, right? So
Do you think Zavin makes it to the second?
Zavin, no, but your guy from Texas, he would.
Osai?
Yeah, I don't think. I think Buffalo is picking him up. I think
Appreciate you, Kevin.
a lot of teams are going to pick him up that are defensive savvy, man. I just don't. I wish, I really do, because he's such a wonderful man, and he's so fast, and he can create turnovers just like game planning, just like Xavier Howard. You have so many Hawks on this team, man. You get Holland in the second round too, or another safety that picks. I mean, it's going to be good.
Javon
for
Holland's
turnovers.
another guy.
Yeah.
Where do you play him?
Yes.
Too small for the box. He's too small for the box. What do you put him in the like? But if you go watch his tape, he's got snaps in the box, single high, in the slot, and he's even covered guys on the boundary. So where do you put a guy like Javon Holland and I love Javon. He's one of my favorite. Like, I don't know if he's as good as Trevon Moehrig.
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
Man, that kid look-
The thing is, Trevon Moehrig is his partner is really good.
Darius Washington. He's
Yeah,
on my man
he
crush
is.
list. He's on my man
Yeah.
crush list.
I'm
Yeah,
still
but
Richie Grant or die. Richie Grant is the man.
I love from UCF.
Dude, I don't know.
I mean,
just guys like him, the way they play football. If you want to watch a fun prospect, watch him tonight. He is.
yeah.
He
No, he's a
flies
good
around.
safety.
For sure.
I like the safeties. They're all gonna fall in the second round, and we got enough picks in the second. I'm not worried about our safety depth. I want to get Najee, man, somehow, but it's just, oh God, it is what it is. You can't have it all, right? The song says it. You can't get what you want.
Yeah.
But you can get what you need. Doesn't it
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. We pick at 36. Do you think Etienne, Najee, and Javonte are all gone by 36?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I mean, it depends. Like
Yeah.
the vibe right now is we don't know. We're gonna know more closely as it gets closer to the draft, because we're gonna get a gauge of what Green Bay, no, not Green Bay, what the Jets, and what because they're gonna get Etienne with their first pick in the second round. Like, I don't think Etienne is, if Najee has to go first before Etienne. And I don't see Etienne going to the Pittsburgh or the Jets
Buffalo.
or
What about Buffalo?
Buffalo,
Buffalo's
like
good.
Albright already reported what I've been saying for like weeks now, or months now, that because of what McDermott said, that they'll be looking to go running back if one of those top 3 guys falls in their lap. You know, I've said this before, Najee does not get past Pittsburgh because he's literally the prototype.
yeah, I know.
Atlanta
Atlanta could
was,
surprise you too. They pick one ahead of us. Atlanta could too and take one.
Albright,
Yeah, like
Albright also mentioned, said this to Klump earlier, Broncos are looking to potentially trade back, especially now because they got Kyle Fuller, and they really like Najee Harris. And then a team you got to look out for especially for Etienne, is Arizona.
Yep.
Because they're not rolling with Chase Edmonds, bro. There is
No.
I know, but they need a corner. If CJ Horn is there, they're going corner.
That's
Like,
what I
there's
was
no way. They
wondering.
have
Don't
no
you see them
corner.
going corner? Yeah.
They need a corner, man, 100%. But yeah, ATN could be obviously, but they also want an offensive tackle. So if Deriso is there, they'll go Deriso, right?
Corner is very deep in this draft too.
It is in the first round
My
too.
man crush is
True,
Greg.
that's true.
My man crush is Greg Newsome. I love that kid, bro.
Yeah,
I love that
no,
kid.
he's legit.
And we're really in on Asante Samuel Jr. Like we've been interviewing this kid a bunch of times, eh?
You love that guy.
I love him, but they're interviewing the shit out of him. I don't get it. So I mean that all I think about is why are you interviewing this kid so much? You're gonna have to spend a top second round pick on him. What's the deal with X? I keep going back to X with Asante Samuel, and Asante's mainly like a slot guy. Yeah, you can put him on the boundary, but like
I know. How many slots can we have? God damn.
I think X is good to go now though, because his money's guaranteed now, right?
Yeah, it is. Last Saturday it kicked in. This past Saturday.
Yeah.
You don't think they're gonna try and give more money?
Who?
Oh yeah.
Say it again. Give X more money?
Yeah, because remember he.
Oh, they might. I think he'll give him more money. I'm okay with it. They might. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he's gonna throw big of a fit as everyone thinks. I think everything's fine. I think it's a little more than it is. They might turn his money because the Dolphins still got to do some cap work, so they might convert his money and give him some more like guarantees or something. I don't think.
What do we have right now? 11, 12 million.
Yeah, they need to open up some more too to get the rookie. So I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever.
Team, baby, let's go! Get that man out of my building, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Why are we carrying Jeremy? Why are we carrying Alan Hearns right now, bro? Like, show me what Kirk Barrett has, bro. I don't want to see what Alan Hearns has, bro.
If you cut Hearns, do you save money or what? Or do you lose money?
Somebody told me it costs money to get rid of Hearns.
Yeah.
If you get rid of Hearns, Fledulum, and Grant, you save like almost $9 million.
And then you restructure Byron, then they give him more money.
9.75.
I know Fledulum's a nice special teams player, but I still have nightmares from that Kansas City game. Good God.
Yes.
What are you gonna say,
Jesus.
I was gonna say I think they're gonna restructure X before anyone. I think he'll get guaranteed money. They'll give him longer guarantees or something to keep him happy. Also, I was on this show, and before they signed Will Fuller, and we were all sitting here in our feelings about how the Dolphins are screwed with no weapons. I remember some people saying Alan Hearns, the Dolphins can trust his ass. I don't believe that.
Oh, God.
I was getting mad. But listen, fellas, I got to head out. It's been fun.
There, boss.
I will be on here
Much
next
love,
time.
bro.
I can be on here. Reason, you're the man. I appreciate you, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Okay?
Have a good one, bro.
Adios.
All right, Klump.
Thank you.
It's at 3.
Yeah, Pitts at 3. It's Pitts or Sewell for me if this guy runs a 4.45, bro.
Yep.
Like if you're gonna take Devonta, and y'all know I love Devonta. Man, I called that man winning the Heisman weeks before he did it. Like mid-season, I said this guy's winning the Heisman. And what do you like? The thing is, there's not a bigger when you talk about offensive weapons. He's the biggest nightmare in this draft. Like, and we run fifth team in the NFL right now in terms of the percentage we run 12-man personnel.
Yeah,
like
man, we really need to. We got to get guys that can get yak, bro. Because Tua likes to get rid of that ball quick, man. He likes to make that first read and get that ball out quick. And we need a guy that can get it. Could get yards after catch, man.
They both can do it. Like the way Waddle does it is a bit different than the way Devonta does it. But Devonta can do it in 5, 6, 7, 10 different ways. It's unreal. Like
I want Waddle more than Smith, bro. That's why he's my wide receiver 1, bro.
Yeah.
And Waddle was the guy, and then he got injured, and then that's it. The rest is history. But Waddle was going to be wide receiver 1. Without the injury, 100%. There was never going to be a Devonta Smith.
You talk about this vision, like the angles that guy takes.
Yeah.
Like his understanding of, okay, he's coming this way, and then he just knows which angle. Like it's stupid. And I mean, you look at before before Waddle went down, Waddle had posted 557 yards, 4 receiving touchdowns, and he averaged 22.28 yards per reception, while Smith at the same time posted 483 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he only averaged 12.71 yards per reception. So Waddle doing more with less receptions. I mean, and then you even go deeper. Everyone loves Judy. We all know he's one of the best route runners to come out in the last couple of years. I mean, the man, you can find the video of him basically teaching Cortland Sutton, Patrick, and all these guys how to run routes in Denver. But dude, like the crazy thing about him is he has a bigger and a larger. His average yards per reception for his career is higher than Smith, Ruggs, and Judy. And I keep going back to Waddle. This is why Waddle to me would be Waddle and Rondale Moore would be the two next biggest nightmares because of what they can offer you, not only in pass sets, but what they can offer you in terms of first of all, you can line them up even in the backfield.
Goodbye,
The second is look what they can do on kick and punt return.
Correct. They immediately made contributions. And like you were saying, reason that I used to call it like the Ooga Booga defense, but like when Buffalo runs that cover zero bullshit against us, but they don't even put a safety back. They ain't doing that with Waddle.
Yeah, no, you get killed.
Nope.
He hits his head on the goalpost if he does that, which is what Buffalo did with against us because they didn't trust us. They knew we had no run game.
Waddle and Fuller, eh? Don't forget now. We're upgrading,
Jesus,
baby.
Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no way, dude. No way. That's not fair.
Something. And can you imagine Najee on the backfield? You know?
Well, even like we said with Pitts, like all of them. That's why I'm sitting pretty. As long as we don't not to bash Chase people, but like as long as we don't end up with Chase, I'm happy with any of those three guys. Even Waddle or four guys. While we're on the receiver topic, Reason, where do you see, or all of you guys, where do you see the top three coming off the board or the receivers, like range wise? Do you think they're all gone by 11? Do you think?
I think they're gone by top 15.
By 15? No, before 15. But
15.
They don't draft wide receivers in New England, man. Like, trust me. Don't worry about that.
They do. They just don't draft good ones.
Oh, he's saying all three will be gone by the
So, like for example, trading up the range because I know even though the Giants signed somebody, I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants still drafted one at 11, unless one of the big guys are there.
See, here's the thing. Okay, I am okay.
Put up Reason. Can you put up Tankathon and we can just go through the 10 and we can go one by one and you can just bring up the page. And that way we can just analyze it on the spot. Yeah. No, like, yeah. It's just on Tankathon online where they have like 1 to 10 already mocked and everything. We can just talk about it and be like, yeah, that makes sense. That doesn't kind of thing.
Well, the Eagles are definitely taking a guy.
Yep.
It all depends on what happens with Penei and stuff because you could have receivers off the board by 6 if Penei's gone with Chase. I think they're going to go Chase in Cincinnati if Penei's gone. So I think this is your key area right here.
Yeah, because Detroit could go receiver too.
Exactly, bro. That's your like these guys.
That's
if Pitts is there, Pitts is going to Philly. Or you guys are right. He could go to Atlanta. They could go totally off the board and say, "Yo, let's take Pitts." It all depends with Penei, bro. If Penei sits here, he's going there. And then you might get, I don't think the Giants are that in on a receiver now because of their addition.
Yeah,
they might add a second. They might add a second guy. But
probably depends on the receiver.
I think the corners are so good that they'll probably go corner. Because if you had corner or wide receiver, everything equal, you probably. But then again, because they're gonna go corner too, right?
Dallas wouldn't surprise me.
Dallas is going corner.
They go corner to pair with Diggs.
LA is going offensive line.
And what happens here?
I think they go Micah. If nothing happens, they go Micah Parsons in Denver. If nothing happens, they go Micah Parsons in Denver.
I heard that Von Miller might be coming back, bro.
No, he is coming back, but Micah Parsons can always be like what do they play? 4-3 or 3-4?
4-3. I'm pretty sure it's
right. So Micah Parsons, he can always play. He's a middle linebacker. He's an inside linebacker, Micah Parsons. And I know in this level, he's probably going to be put on the outside, but he can play the position.
Yeah.
Parsons just screams Raider to me. Character concerns, great talent. Just screams Raider to me.
Raider, but that's too far. I don't think he drops that long. No way. I think Minnesota grabs him.
Do you guys think the Dolphins should trade back a little bit?
No, but they're going to be made offers. I'm 1,000% sure they're going to be made offers. It makes sense. The question is, are the offers good enough, right? And to be good enough, you need to have a first rounder next year involved and a second rounder this
In a
year.
second. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can drop to Carolina.
And this is the team to watch. Yeah, Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Carolina.
Even Denver.
One I see moving up.
Even Denver, man.
Denver's not moving up. I had
No, they're getting a veteran.
Show, and he said they're not moving up for a quarterback. They'll only take a quarterback if it falls to them.
Their quarterback's so garbage.
I heard basically Ben Albright was indicating, watch out for watch out for a trade down, but also in terms of signing someone, they were saying watch out for Alex Smith.
Yeah. They might even go second round Kyle Trask, so they don't care.
What's going on, Damien? What's going on? I think it's TD.
What up?
What's going on? TD's mic's muted.
What's up?
TD's always on the phone. He can't do it.
What's up? What's up, Damien? How you doing?
What's up, brother?
Hey, Damien.
What's going on, Damien?
Hey, guys.
Good stuff,
So that Pitts 40 video?
Oh, yeah, Pitts 3, man. It's happening. It's
So
even if we want max
more,
trade down value, we gotta be doing like Reason's doing, talking up Sewell and Pitts because you want to convince the other teams we're giving up Sewell to trade down with you. That's what I would be doing anyways, hyping them up.
Just like also teams, and I don't know how true this is. A couple of news outlets reported this, that it's like 14 teams that have taken Micah Parsons off their board.
How many?
I don't know how true that is.
Say that again. Who said that?
What was it? Was it Pro Football Talk or was it that NBC Sports Football Talk? I can't remember which. I saw it on through social media and YouTube. It was one of those. It was one of those. They said multiple teams, like 10 to 14, and took Michael Parsons off their board.
10 to 14. No way.
I don't know how true that is, and I couldn't believe it because
was he still with Watson?
Out trumps the thing, huh? Well, again, the talent out trumps the thing.
Well, he's got, but the thing is, not only does he have the multiple hazing allegations, he was apparently the ringleader.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna play itself out as far as when he gets to the league. So I don't know, but they're talking about maybe that kid dropping because I heard somebody mention Parsons maybe to Denver.
Yeah.
But
I did. But if that's happening, then yeah. But in Oakland, they got Incognito there, so he'll fit right in. They can have their own tribe. There you go.
But the Giants, I don't think they'll take a receiver because, in addition, they got John Ross. And you still have Slayton, and you have Shepard. So they got their speed guys.
Is Sterling Shepard still there?
Yes,
man, I wish
still there. So you they have every element of receiver from slot to speed, to that boundary. So they really don't. I doubt, and they have 2 tight ends who can catch the ball.
That's a good point. I forgot about Shepard.
I doubt that the Giants go at receiver.
They need defense, bro.
Defensive end, they could go. They could be the ones.
They'll go corner. They'll go corner, man. They'll go corner.
I think
they'll be a good corner.
Secondary's okay. Their secondary's okay with the kid they drafted from Michigan. They traded for it with Cleveland from Michigan. He's in the secondary. He's a safety.
They just signed today somebody for 3 year, $35 million.
I got it's not TD. It's someone named Lakeisha Smith is trying to join as TD. So I gotta ban you, brother, for doing that, dude. No impersonations over here, bro. Y'all don't know when I set up the authenticate, I can see what your name is that your shit's through, bro. So yeah,
I'm trying to find that Parsons article because I saw it today. I was just skimming through stuff, but I think with the wide receivers, I definitely believe that is at least because something always happen crazy in the draft, so not guaranteeing it, but the way things are looking. I can definitely see 3 of them going in the top 10.
For some reason, the safest wide receiver I feel is Rashad Bateman. Like, just everything about him. It's like he's big, he's fast.
Talk to me, RD. That's my boy. Go ahead.
Yeah, like the way he runs the slant. You can put him anywhere, but the way he runs the slants, the way he accelerates, the way he catches with one hand, anything. The way he runs the routes.
Draft, bro. Stick his hands in the draft, bro.
Like, whatever we... but I think he's going to go earlier than some people think. I could see Chase go the 4th be the fourth wide receiver, right?
Oh.
Or the fifth if you call Kyle Pitts, right? Like I could see that.
Let me
very
ask
easily.
y'all, because I've said this, and someone tried to. Y'all ever know who that Bengal guy is who does all the Madden shit on YouTube?
Yeah, that guy. He does like
I think so. Yeah.
He tried
I think.
to shit on me for my Chase take like back in like January, and I made him look absolutely silly. And it was because I said this, because he actually, the comprehension, where if you're watching this, bro, your comprehension level is so low. Basically, he couldn't understand what I was trying to say. This is what I was saying, so follow along with me. I value and would rate Terrace Marshall higher than Chase based on draft value, in the sense of I can get Terrace Marshall in the 20s or at the top of the second instead of having to spend a top 15 pick on Jamar Chase.
Or a top 10, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just on draft value alone, you can, like, Terrace Marshall looks like he could be this year's DK.
He has if you were to build a factory out of a receiver, he has the build you're looking for with 6'3". He has the build.
Bro, and he can stretch the field, bro.
He's just inconsistent. That's his only problem. Yeah, and that you can get that,
Yeah, you can teach that out, but like
you said, you take him in second round or late first. I agree there. Like I like Chase a little more, but not for top 10. Hell no. Like, give me a choice.
No, I agree with you. Like I had Chase as my wide receiver 4, so I ranked him higher. I had Marshall at like 6, I think. So like obviously I ranked him higher, but like
you're right though. That upside though is enticing.
Yeah, I know, bro. He's disgusting, bro. Like guys not supposed to move the way he moves.
LSU was horrific this year, and that guy looked amazing this year. Like that is what's crazy. Like our team looked horrific.
RD, that's why I wanted to see what Chase had, bro.
Yeah.
I think you know what I did? I think Chase saw, oh, Joe Brady's gone, oh, Burrow's gone. Why bother?
Chicken.
He knew he was going to have a drop off. Even if he balled out a little, he knew he was going to have a drop off. But the thing is, we want to see the tape when you have shit around you, bro. Like a guy like Jordan Love. Look at Jordan Love last year, different position, but he had to deal with what was it? I think it was like 9 new starters on offense.
Sam Howell's gonna have to deal with it too. He's losing 2 receivers, 2 running backs. Or Sam Howell's gonna have to deal with it.
Don't make me cry, bro. That's my boy. I've been on record, God forbid, something happens to Tua, and you got to move off of him. Fuck Deshaun. I'm drafting Sam Howell, bro, all day. I'll move heaven and earth,
good,
guy, bro.
Yeah, that's a name. Yeah, I gotta watch.
You know his quarterback coach was right coming up. Same guy who was with the Mannings.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Bro, that's why if you watch Sam Howell, you remember how like when Peyton would have time, he would do that little like hop while he bounce. Sam does the same exact thing, bro. Same exact thing. And I'm like,
they're never planted with their feet in a good way. They're always a little bit jittery.
Oh man, I love it, bro.
I don't know if you get him Waddle. Once you have a Waddle and Fuller, like it's the wide receivers will make you at least average, man. Like there's so hard to suck when you have wide receivers.
Honestly, if they're taking a receiving option in the top 10, Pitts and Waddle are the only ones that make sense for me, bro.
Yeah.
You don't need Devonta Smith right now, bro. I wouldn't be mad at the pick, and I would understand why they did it. But, bro, like, I'm with you, man. Think of this, bro. Dude, and you got Wilson. Bro, give me that empty set. Leave Gesicki on the burner and throw out Wilson, Waddle, and Fuller with Parker.
They all look like twins.
Bro.
They all look like twins, too. So you don't even know who it is. You got to look at the numbers. You're like, holy God. I'm seeing triplets. I'm seeing ghosts everywhere. Like, God damn.
Yo, you know what it is, bro? Build our receiving core like what KC did. That's the new way, man.
Yeah.
Look at, they had Tyreek, and they still doubled up with McCall Hardman and Demarcus Robinson. I think Robinson's gone now, but they're burners, right? Like
the dream scenario is trade down, wide receiver, and then offensive lineman at 18, and then whatever after that.
As long as it's not Rashawn Slater, bro.
No, Rashawn Slater is gonna go in the top before 18. He's gonna go.
He's a guard, bro. I don't want a guard, bro.
Yeah,
I do still think Smith's going to come in weighing more.
No, man,
That's who I
Cosme.
want. Cosme's my boy. He's on
Yes,
my
sir.
man crush list, bro. I love that guy, bro.
No, because he's right tackle.
Yeah,
Like, he's a pure right tackle,
And he's
and
played left.
and
And
he's
he's played left if you ever get in a pinch.
right, and he's
Klump had him
fast.
at number
He's
18, right?
incredibly strong and very mobile. And you know what? No, man, you got him, and you got these guys for 5 years. Keep in mind, and don't forget, 5 years. That's a long time in this league. That's an era, man. Like, so
I'm gonna because I'm gonna be doing a show, and I'll do it when we get into a little bit more into April because I want to get my edge board out this week. I've already dropped it on Twitter, but I do have my man crush list done. So I'll be dropping that on Twitter. I've already dropped it on Twitter. I'll be doing probably a show about it too. So Cosme's on there though, bro. So like I love that kid so much, bro. Did you see his pro day, bro? Jeez.
Man.
Jeez.
but he was rated the second best offensive lineman before the season started, right after Sewell. So then a bunch of guys came ahead of him, but he's creeping back up now. Like,
I got him there, bro. I put him ahead of Darisaw.
yeah.
And I like Darisaw. I like the I
Darisaw's
like
good,
the tackle class, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, it's a good class.
That's why I say, Kanai is the beast. He is the number 2 guy, but why not just get Pitts and then you can still get one of those other great tackles?
The reason why I
that'd be
want
good if we
Sewell so much is because of what we're going to be doing this year. When you're going to be, he is like the perfect RPO screen tackle.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Like
I agree.
he's probably one of the best screen tackles I've ever evaluated. And all I'm going to say is this, and this is just anyone else can add on what you want, but I'll leave it at this. Sewell. I warned all of y'all since October 2019 that Tristan Wirfs was the fucking move, okay? These guys try to trade up. They don't want to pay the extra guap and move up and get him. Because that's why the Bucks moved up one. I keep saying this. From what I understand,
they were getting offers.
We were in on Wirfs. We wanted Wirfs, okay? So that's why the Bucks had to trade to move up one spot in the teams, which you rarely ever see, right? So, bro, listen, I was right about Wirfs because y'all saw what he put out this year, and we wouldn't even be sitting here talking about this right now, right? Well, we might have because we still need a left tackle, but I'd be more inclined to trading back. You know what I mean? Anyways. I was right about Wirfs, and I have a higher grade on Wirfs than Sewell because I was talking about on TD Fins Talk. I was talking about Sewell November 2019. I literally on Twitter, I went back and looked at my history, and on TD Fins Talk, I was telling everyone Sewell is the only tackle I would take over Wirfs, and he's not draft eligible. Literally, that's what I was saying.
A reason.
Yeah, bro.
I think I heard on Twitter that we run a power blocking scheme.
Yeah, power.
You think by drafting Sewell by drafting Sewell at number 3, you think we would change to more zone blocking, especially we're running that RPO and screens system?
No, because that's a tough one. I don't think so. I think especially if they take a guy like because Najee, when he ain't catching a ball out of the backfield, what are you running him like, right? He's a power back.
Yeah, he doesn't fit though.
Right.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. You make a good point, but I don't think so.
Yeah, so you think Kenneth Gainwell would be more of a better fit, right?
I think Gainwell would be a perfect. Y'all already know he's on my man crush list.
Right.
Y'all already know how I feel about that boy, bro. That guy is like, that guy is literally the thing is, and this is what worries me about our management and our coaching staff, they might view him as a more souped up version of Ahmed and Gaskin when they're looking for like Malcolm Brown's only here for a year, right? Where they're looking for that guy who can power out 4 yards, 5 yards, or whatever. That's the only thing that worries me. But talk about a guy when you put the ball in his hands, dynamic. Kenneth Gainwell is a beast, bro. And he's actually a good route runner. People sleep on his route running. So, and someone's asking me, yo, bro, first of all, don't spam the chat. Second of all, what about Quinn Ramirez? He'll be coming on the show very, very soon. And
he's a Hall.
Quinn Miners, sorry. And yo,
love him.
He's on my man crush list. That's who I want at center, bro. I'm fine with Creed Humphrey. I'm fine with Landon Dickerson. I don't know how I feel about Josh Myers. I like Quinn Miners, though. If you don't get one of those top guys, the problem is that position is so freaking top heavy.
Yeah.
Like, that is like probably one of the most top heavy positions in this draft. Like, if you don't grab, and I'm including Josh Myers because I know people will, but then Miners behind him. You know, if you go with those top 4 guys, who's your best after? Like, what, Trey Hill? What you gonna take Robert? I know they like Robert Hainsey, but his whole every snap he took at Notre Dame was a tackle.
I think there's only like 6 teams that need centers, though. That legitimately need centers. I think there's only like 6 teams.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I've never actually thought about it, but I love Quinn Miners. That guy's a man crush of mine, bro. I
can't believe how fast that guy is.
He lost a little weight. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Yo, that man, like, who lives in a van? We had a guy that lives in a van.
Oh, Tyler.
Tyler, right? Yeah, like, I'm telling you, we're going to have a lot of...
Quinn Miners going to be living next to him? Is that what you're trying
to say?
Hey, it's funny. I said this. I was thinking the same thing. They remind me a lot of each other. Just these mean old mountain men.
Damn, we have a couple of Rough Riders there. Oh, man. That's great. But no, to add to your reasoning for Penny reason, look at the guy from, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name now. Quarterback from San Diego, the 5th pick. Herbert. Okay, so look at Herbert, what he did when he didn't really have wide receiving core in, and of course the playbook, right? They didn't give him the same type of freedom. But what he did in Oregon for all those years, and then you give him wide receiving core and freedom, and this guy's able to exploit that to his strengths. So the offensive line was horrific last year for them. Like, trust me, we got to give the dues to the man because he was running literally for his life.
They had like they had Trey Turner on that line. They had Balaga on that line. Like, they got some guys who have like legitimately put it down, you know what I mean? Which is crazy why it was so bad.
Right, but they underperformed too. And I don't know what it was. It was a lot of things, but they're obviously, you see the tape, he was running all the time. And then you see what Mac Jones did in Alabama, and it's Mac Jones, and it's also Alabama offensive line. And those tackles are not the guy that they got in Cleveland last year from the 10th pick overall. He's a beast. Right.
Yeah. That was my tackle.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
But those guys were not, like, they're all going to fall in the second round. None of them.
I don't like Leatherwood. I don't like Leatherwood at all, bro.
He got destroyed in the Senior Bowl many times.
I've been saying this for months, and everyone just goes to the Bama. But you know what's crazy? You know who my top 2 tackles were last year? If you go back to my board, it was Wirfs and then Wills. And look at how they worked out.
No. But what I wanted to say was, what's common about this, Herbert and Mac Jones? The wide receiving core. Right, with elite quarterbacks that know the playbook and can make the throws, whether you give them an offensive line or wide receiving core, the transition is going to happen in 2.5 seconds, right? So whether you give him time or where you give him the wide receivers, you just got to give that special it factor. So we go with Penei Sewell, it's great, but Cosme and Penei Sewell, the difference in the end of the year in value, you might get a few sacks more here and there, but contributions as far as points, you give me that wide receiver that's going to just be a game changer. I think it just plays better to our value scheme.
Yo, bro, in 2 years and what was it? I think it was like 900 snaps, pass block. It was like 800 or 900 pass block snaps.
Is that 7 pressures?
Penei Sewell only gave up 3 hurries. And one sack.
And he was like 16 too. Like, he was a kid.
Yeah, he was 17 when he started. Yeah.
Well, I think with both parties, it's a legitimate argument.
Dude, y'all know he was a Heisman favorite heading into this year before he opted out, right?
Yeah. An
like
offensive lineman.
He got Heisman votes last year when he played.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And if you go watch, Derek Brown beat him on like 1 or 2 snaps, but that man killed Derek Brown, bro.
That was the first game too, right? Of
Yeah, bro.
2019.
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
And I always feel that run set rep where he literally took around like the 20 and he drove Derek down to like the 10, bro. Like just owned him, bro. Like he's just such a mauler and he's so special, bro. Like it's crazy. Like obviously he needs a little bit of refinement to his technique. Yeah, but even when his technique lacks, he just overpowers you, bro.
Passion's there, man. He just likes to hit people.
He's a great guy too.
How many times in the screen game do you see him run in front and just dive at a dude randomly?
Bro, the effort he puts in, dude, is like ridiculous, dude.
Corners are gonna be crapping their pants when they see him flying at them in a screen game.
Oh, bro, he's like Pac-Man. He's like Pac-Man. Everyone is blue. Yeah, that's just what it is.
Point, RD. I think what helped with Herbert is, if you go to Oregon, it's more of a horizontal offense, right?
Yeah, no, that
33% of his completions through his career were on screens.
That's crazy. It fooled everybody. It fooled everybody. Like no one really knew his true talents until Keenan Allen and Keenan and Mac Williams. These are creme de la creme of wide receiving. I love Keenan.
Yeah,
bro. Like that's what we hope to get with but they don't have the speed that these guys have, and they don't have the durability. So that's why we have to go get slot guys like Fuller and Waddle to really have the depth and the skill set. But I'm telling you, you have a Mike Williams and a Keenan Allen. And he runs it to the side because he is athletic. Herbert, and he can fling it, right? And then the wide receiver will take the rest. And that's why it was so easy. It was too easy last year. The fact that he put 0 points for that New England game, that was the big red flag I had for him last year. It's like, you shouldn't put 0 at home, brother. I'm sorry, but you got to figure that out.
It's kind of the big would you rather between Pitts and Sewell. Like the Sewell crowd, like me and Reason and like most of the people here in the chat, it's would you rather have Sewell and Bateman or would you rather have Pitts and Cosme? So that's like and it's tough, honestly. That's a tough, I'm not saying I would take Najee at 18, but I'm just saying like that's a good debate between the two sides.
I don't think that's a debate. Whatever you go with, I think you're gonna be successful, man.
Yeah,
like,
they're both
I
good.
like to be in that position any day of the week. Thank God for Texans.
Yeah, but can I ask you guys why this is another reason why I said to you, RD, I stopped reading mocks this year. Why are we always the pussies? Why are we always trading back? Why can't we be the ones that are trading up with all this capital?
Because
we got a hole here, move up. Oh, we got a hole here, move up. Like
when did we do that? When did we do that last time? Remember for that Oregon's? Like that's the last time we did it for Oregon at number 3 overall. We took Jordan.
The trade was great.
Jordan.
We just took the wrong player. The trade value was off the chart. It was a trade you make 9 times out of 10.
I thought we were taking. Was it Lane?
I thought it was Lane Johnson. Who I thought we were taking.
I thought we were taking Lane Johnson in that draft. I was so pissed, but I got to keep on jersey because my name's on the back of it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that guy was a bust in the half, though.
We got burned from Oregon twice already. With Herbert, we didn't know he was going to be this good, and then we took Deion Jordan, and now we're going to miss out on potentially what's his name, Penei because I think with Oregon we're just I don't know we're not in a good state of mind with Oregon. I think has to do with the West Coast.
But I never liked Deion Jordan. No,
I think Herbert. I don't think Herbert would have been as successful in the
1,000%. I think it would have been a disaster.
And let me hit you with something, RD. Let me hit you with this. Anthony Lynn's gone, and we all know Anthony Lynn is the guy at Stanford and Indy. He took Luck to new heights. That was a top 5 offense when Anthony Lynn was the offensive coordinator, right, in Indy, right? Like he actually elevated them when he comes. So
is that quarterback coach? Sorry about it. Is that quarterback coach going back?
All of them are gone. The
whole staff.
So I think Herbert might regress this year while we're over here getting weapons for Tua and getting continuity. Like, think of this. Herbert's got to. How much time is Herbert's going to have to spend just learning all the terminology over again?
But that's a defensive guy they just hired, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, you're going to fix that defense with what? Schemes? They have so many issues over there. And they lost Perryman.
Sorry, my guys. I was saying Anthony Lynn. I meant Pep Hamilton.
Pep Hamilton, yeah.
Right.
Pep Hamilton was the one who worked with
right.
I said Anthony Lynn.
But even Anthony Lynn is an offensive.
Exactly. He's
offensive
a running back, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it was an offensive-based offense and team.
Yeah, and
So-
like you guys were saying, Herbert had Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin
Yeah,
Eckler.
no,
Meanwhile, Tua had Mac Holland, Malcolm
But
Perry,
even
Devon Achane.
even their fourth guys, even their fourth receiver and third wide
Yeah,
receiver, they ran 4.39s. They run like they're blazing Guyton, right? The guy like blazing speed. Isaiah Ford ran a 4.7. Like I'm like, what am I? They can't catch, can't run. Hollins, it never ended.
Andrew. So Barry Jackson put out an article about Pitts, and I'll keep saying it. It makes sense because we run the 5th most 12-man personnel. I think Panay is an option. If you go back to Simon Clancy, I played the clip up here. Simon Clancy from 3 yards per carry said he talked to someone who will be close to the decision making at the number 3 pick, and quote unquote, there will be significant table banging for Panay Sewell. And then if you listen to Benjamin Albright, who's plugged in, Benjamin Albright said he still believes Devonta Smith is the move at 3. So we're literally first of all, don't listen to Armando. Okay, Armando had a new quarterback every day last year, bro. So don't listen to a guy like that. Like the best guys to listen to, as crazy as it sounds, guys, find your most credible insider outside of the South Floridian market.
Right.
Listen to that person. You know why? Because they're not trying to sell their articles to Miami Dolphin fans.
Nope.
Right.
They're just telling you what they're hearing from circles, so there's no bias involved.
Right.
That's the best advice
Cam
I
Wolf.
can give.
But Armando,
Cam Wolf would be the one I would listen to if I was going to listen to a Dolphin guy.
you know what's funny about Armando? Armando, it's so funny about him. He just put a whole article about how we screwed up last year's free agency, right? And the very next day, because we stuck with all the money we wasted, we're very scared to spend money and blah blah blah. The very next day we signed Will Fuller. Like bam, like there you go, Armando. Like how do you like them apples? Like as soon as he says something, the opposite is gonna happen. It's amazing. So he's the opposite guy.
I don't know if you saw, but I did a meme. I dropped a meme where I put because I think he's a racist, and I dropped a meme where I put his face on Fidel Castro's body. Classic, bro.
Is there any difference?
You know what I mean?
I think Rhino had him as his profile pic for in the last time too.
Oh, did he?
I think Rhino did.
Let me see if I can find it.
He could. He might not like Flo at all, because I don't think Flo. And I remember one time they interviewed Flo, and they asked Flo, "Hey Flo, what's the hardest part of your job?" They're talking to you guys, and then he laughed it up. But it was Armando asked the question.
You know what's crazy, bro? Okay, so I sit in on obviously the Zooms and stuff. Like I sat on Brendan Scarlett's today and Duke Riley's, right?
Yeah.
Yo, you know what was great? What was I sitting on? I was sitting on which interview was it? Anyways, I was sitting on an interview recently. Yo, they do not like Armando asking questions. Like they actually, I've sat in on. They kind of don't give him the opportunity to ask questions anymore, dude.
Nah, man, that guy's terrible.
They
bro.
muted his mic.
Yeah,
very biased.
no, they just don't go to him. They don't go to him, bro. Like they don't. Give
I
him the
wouldn't.
chance.
That's why
hilarious.
And I think he's, yeah. Now I was saying I think he's a racist too, because Cubans here in Miami are known to be very racist. So,
well, majority of them voted for
not
Trump.
all of them, of course, but yeah, a lot of them. Yes, yeah.
They make a mean
This is
sandwich.
Trump down here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
So here's what I was talking about. There's Armando right there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. You know what's great? If you guys follow
Is that
me on
Mike
Twitter-
Tannenbaum?
Yeah, I know, eh? I threatened. I didn't threaten, but like I threatened to take his job, and it said because his whole thing is he calls everyone the Tua Army that supports Tua. So I basically said, "Yo, enough of these slights. You know, you're out here talking shit about the fans. You're out here talking shit about our quarterback." I said, "Bro, why don't you try coming for me?" I said, "I'll drag you from one side of Twitter to the other, and I'll take your job by the end of it."
There you go.
So
Like,
I mean,
what the-
that's where I'm at with him. Now I don't even think about it's about political, like who he votes, Armando. Just you listen to Armando talk about like when he talked about was it Vic? Who was the quarterback that he went in on? It was Vic or one of those African American quarterbacks. He like went on podcasts and was dragging, and he like wasn't even on our team. And like you could just
Might have
tell
been
it how, like,
Kaepernick.
yeah, it was Kaepernick.
Kaepernick,
It was
Kaepernick,
Kaepernick, bro. He's got like this serious vendetta with Kaepernick, bro, and it's like
because
it's
Kaepernick
weird.
Kaepernick was wearing a Fidel Castro shirt. I forgot at the Super Bowl or one of the. It was a big
Che
day.
Guevara. It was a Che Guevara, I think it was.
It was a Che Guevara.
I'm pretty sure. Let me look.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was a revolutionist. In any case, he obviously that is rubbed in the wrong way among other people as well in the conservative media. I think he's conservative because he works for a conservative newsstand too, man. So, like, it's but they're always very negative. Like, as soon as one thing goes wrong, it's the end of the world. We sucked last year. This year even worse.
He's even said he
Like,
wants us to draft Devonta Smith, and I love Smith, right? And a lot of us like Smith.
You're right,
here, but
though.
he
It
even
was,
said, like,
you're right.
was
It
it
wasn't Castro, but it's
Oh,
like,
was it?
but he was wearing a Malcolm X hat, and it was all
Right.
pictures with Malcolm X meeting Fidel Castro. So it
right,
was
right,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to cut you off, Jeff. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just saying, like, he is going off the point. He is negative because he says, oh, he does want us to take Devonta Smith, but then he goes to bash the dude saying, it's Miami. We never draft the prototypes. We always draft the exceptions. Like, oh, my God. He literally, like I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if Devonta Smith weighs in heavier than he is because if Kyler Murray can weigh in at 207, you better believe he's going to drink a crap load of water tomorrow before he gets on there. He can gain 5 to 10 pounds of water weight. He ain't running anything. Just wiggle on there.
That's hilarious. All right, guys, we're at the 2 hour and 6 minute mark. I want to wrap this up. So let's go through some final thoughts. Jeff, let's start with you.
I'm good with either one. Panay, Pitts, even trade down for Smith. I'm kind of, the more and more I listen to all of you guys, though, and the more that comes out, especially with that 4-4-5 time for Pitts, I'm in the point of almost staying put at 3 now. Take Pitts or Sewell and then use 18 and move up. That's what I'm on that board now. Even though I'm still a pro Sewell person, I'm fine with either personally. I think the Dolphins are in a good spot.
Yeah, it's crazy because I'm like you, bro. I'm fine with those two, and I'm also fine with Waddle if they want to just take pure speed, right?
Yep.
All right, Artie, let's get your final thoughts.
I just want to take a minute. Basically, go back to last year. Just look at the top 10 picks last year. 3 teams took quarterbacks. Okay, the other 7 teams, right? Almost all of them need quarterbacks this year, right? It is a quarterback-driven league. Okay, everybody's gunning for Russell Wilson. Everybody's gunning for Watson. Okay, they're signing these guys for 10, 15 million for 1-year deals to be the backups, right? So I'm telling you, there's going to be an offer on the table. It's going to include multiple first rounders and a second round this year. Okay. The value, it's all about value. I know we have our man crushes. I know we want all these kids. But at the end of the day, you give me 3 players for 1, and they're all legitimate starters. I can't put all my eggs in one basket and think like this is basketball and this guy's going to carry us to the Super Bowl, man. In case injuries happen, I want 3 players instead of 1. So, and you get to pay them less money, all 3 combined, than you do the top 3 pick because the money goes into it as well. So that's my thinking.
Timothy or Michael, are you there right now?
It might be muted.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. So sorry, buddy. Damian, let's get your final thoughts, bud.
Great show tonight, man. I had a long day, so this really woke me up. I just Pitts or
Did you see
Sewell.
the Deshaun Watson stuff?
Yeah.
Let me hear your thoughts, bro. Let me hear your thoughts. Oh, you didn't see when we put up the stuff where he's groping and stuff like that?
Yeah, I saw
On the
that.
Hershey Highway.
And, I saw that, and then I saw something that Pro Football Talk put up. It's a lot of stuff out there, man. It's a lot of stuff that still the thing that gets me is at the end of the day, it's still a civil case. And
cases.
A couple of them are trying to go. Apparently, I was talking with Klump, and there's a couple of them are actually trying to go are considering going criminal on him.
I understand that, but at the end of the day, usually it's the other way around. And I will say this to push back on Klump. Deshaun has one of if arguably the best criminal lawyer in the country. But I will say this: I'm good with Pitts or Sewell at 3. And I would like, man, also, man, for the Dolphins to be aggressive in the draft. We don't have to stay at 18, like you've been saying, Reese. Let's go back in the top 10. You know, I mean, we have so many. Like, we don't have to pick. Let's take one of those extra picks in the second round and move back up and try to. I mean, why can't we get Pitts and Sewell? Or why can't we get Sewell and Waddle? Or,
thank you.
Gosh, man, why can't we get?
Or why can't we be uber aggressive? Move up back to 10. If one of those running backs starts slipping into the 20s, move up from 36.
I mean,
give me Waddle and give me Fuller.
You want an A+ draft, and we don't even have to watch day 2 or day 3. Come out with Sewell, Pitts or Waddle, and Najee.
Yeah,
man, I just hope they can be aggressive like this, and build a team around the young quarterback, man. If you could, give Tua something, so you can build around him and give him a foundation on the line and at the skill position or in the backfield, because I don't think Najee will be there at 18. And
he'll be at 18. At 18, he'll be there. I
don't know. You got the Denver situation. You got Arizona, who probably will take a back. They picked before us.
Yeah, but they want ATN. It doesn't fit. Najee won't fit
I don't know.
this.
I'm not in their draft room, so I just don't. I just want us to be aggressive.
The thing that scares me is the Raiders moving up in front of us. A team could jump us at 17.
Can we franchise tag him?
I just don't want us to wait like we did last year and got stuck with Austin Jackson. When we wanted to get Wirfs and we just wasn't aggressive enough. We tried, but we wasn't aggressive enough. We have to be that type of team that won't take no for an answer. So hopefully we can be aggressive in the draft like we were in free agency last year. And that's what I'm hoping for, man, because, I just want the best for us, and I want the kid to have the best talent around him and to take pressure off the defense as well.
Yeah.
Fins up.
And I agree with what the show says. Get dogs instead of all this value all the time. Value is Jackson, not Wirfs. I agree, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
I agree. That's amazing. Florida born, Kentucky grown. Let's hear your final thoughts, buddy.
Kind of like what you said, Reason and Damien and everybody. I'm ready for draft night. I want to be aggressive. I love the way where we're sitting. And fins up.
Yeah, baby.
Irving, let's get your final thoughts, buddy. You're breaking up hard, bro. Yeah, you're breaking up real hard.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah, I can.
As much as that you get, okay, cool. As much as I'd like to get Pitts at number 3, as dynamic, as talented, whatever, as fun with personnel with Giuseppe and, Pitts lined up. And scaring defenses, I think the safest and most reasonable pick is the one that makes the most sense is getting Sewell at number 3. And it's just the fact at kicking Robert Hunt at guard. Like you said before, Reason, and many others have said that
he just multiple
Robert Hunt
right?
just doesn't. Right, and you're right. And just like you said, Robert Hunt doesn't have the hip flexibility. He doesn't have the quick feet to be the kick slide to be the reliable blindside for Tua. And this guy is an instant upgrade. Sewell does so many things. He's so versatile, could play multiple schemes, could play multiple positions, as you said. And every successful offense, you have to build that offensive line. You have to win the battle of the trenches. You got to give the quarterback to go through his reads, and survey the field, because, like you said before, like you and Ballgame said in the Finside on the finish line, good separators with time can eventually get separation, and average running backs can be above average running backs with a good offensive line.
Yeah, that was me.
I think that Sewell is a good start. Yeah. That's what you said, right?
Yeah,
right.
I've been saying that since
Yeah.
before we drafted Tua, right? I've been saying, like, if you build this O-line, average running backs can flirt with 1,000. Average receivers can flirt with 800, 900, 1,000. I've been saying that since before we drafted Sewell. That's why I've been preaching build the trenches.
And one more thing, just one more thing. Don't I know we fall in love with Waddle and Smith and Chase or whatever, or the running backs like Smith and Etienne. Remember that at each position, this is the deepest draft in a number of years. Where it's deep at wide receiver, it's deep at running back. The value is there in the day two. So just start at the offensive line and definitely seal up that edge too. We definitely need an edge rusher because that's I don't know about Ogba, so that's it. Thanks for having me on your show. Reese.
No problem, buddy. I appreciate you always holding me down on Twitter and on YouTube and everything,
definitely,
bro. Guys,
yeah, man. Sure.
Shout out to every single. I'm gonna go through here, guys. There's still 332 of you in the room. Smash that like button. Let's get to 300. That's the goal today. If you'd like to donate, obviously you can donate through paypal.me/Finside. You can also donate in the chat. Guys, if you'd like to become a Patreon, there are multiple levels to the Patreon. And there are perks to becoming a Patreon. So, go give it a look-see. Obviously, you know what time it is. Patreon.com/Finside the NFL. And shout out to Rhino Sith, Fake Spike 94, KL Day, Ramon Casillas, Seth, Slim Pickens, Ricketic, Big Time, Red Dino, Marinos Go Conflict, Keith Davis, your boy Trev, Josh, Tranquilize, Jazz 803, Martin, Zo Vegas, the Arkham Elf, Irving, Drew Boo, The Show, Jawar, Jeff Dick, My T Dolphin, Ben Glassford, Andre Villarreal, Cody, J Love T, Todd Labruto, The Enigmatic One, Chalk Vanilla Straw, Georgia Boy 23, Don Wayne, Chris, Ty Rhodes, and Florida Born, Kentucky Grown. Appreciate each and every one of you. And then obviously, if you look below, you can become a member. That's how those guys have those badges and get to use those emojis. There's multiple levels. You can go join. And shout out to every single one of you that's actually joined up. It's been a great ride, man. And I love having you guys. I see other YouTubers see the movement, see what I did, and they look like they're going to be wanting to start now too. But man, right now, man, we're sitting at 48 members. So appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, I got to shout y'all out because, you guys help keep this rolling, man. Guys, this is the movement. Like when everything's normal, your boy's going to be going down to Davie. I've got press access, as you guys know. That's why I sit on the Zooms. Don't think that I ain't going to be sitting in on, I ain't going to be going and getting press access at the games. It's going to be happening. So, and we're going to be tailgating when I come down there this year. That's for sure. But shout out to Damian Deese, your boy Trev, talking Vegas all day. MF Fins 1, Ricketic, Greg, Irving, KL Day, Seth, Drew Boo, Rhino, Twizzle, Law, 10442, Jarik, Timothy, Yawa, Bruce 1, Marino's Goat, Foxing Around, Michael Vowell, Timothy, Joey Butters, Nico Kumo, Mighty Dolphin, Dolphin Sweden, Fake Spike 94, Jazz 803, Luke Sparkman, D Ray 91, the homie Tilly. Hope you're having a good shift at your work today, Tilly. Flips, Marcus 84, Ty Rhodes, Florida Born, Kentucky Grown, Paige Wood, SC42, Corn 72, Johnny, Trap RNG Media, Michael Myers, Tony Usawa, Brad, Cody Patron, The Show, Chef Jew, and then our two newest, Kevin Williams and Jonesy Defense Nation. Guys, if you're a member or if you're a Patreon, you will be made a mod. Just shout me out. Let me know that you needed to be modded, and I will mod you. It's just there's so many of you, and I've been keeping up with the most of you. So you just got to keep me updated on which one of you needs to have a little rent by your name. No problem. I got no problem doing that for you guys because obviously you are part of what we're doing over here. So, all right, guys, here's the deal. I will be back unless something breaks. I will be back on Wednesday night. Until then, you can also go to patchvibes.com, use code Finside for 20% off, and official Finside the NFL merch, teespring.com/stores/Finside the NFL. Guys, I'll be back Wednesday night. Same Finside channel, same Finside time, probably around 8 o'clock. Hell, I might even be back tomorrow because the wife's, finishing up studying for her final exams. So I might be back on tomorrow, but if I'm not, I will 110% be back on Wednesday. But look out, I might be back tomorrow. All right. Until then, y'all already know what time it is. Fins up all day, every day. Everyone have a good night. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed.
Fins up.